your phones to see if it starts streaming.
Yeah, check.
Oh, there we go.
I just got the notification
We're
too.
live.
Hello,
Yeah.
Wastelanders, to the first properly streamed episode of the Corp podcast, the Breakroom podcast.
This is my first live stream.
Venus!
Hello,
Yeah. I'm so confused.
Okay, someone has
definitely
got to
Bond.
put in their
That's
headphones
gonna
because
creep.
if we keep getting back reverb of my own voice, well, then I'm just going to have to keep talking the whole podcast.
Okay, don't worry.
Oh,
I'm putting
dear
headphones on now.
God,
I'm putting
that is the
headphones on.
first thing I did. This is some of our first live streams, but as all of you out there know, this is my third live stream after several failed attempts at experimentation. But I think we finally got it now with the blessed OBS studio. So, yeah.
What no one knows is that Skybolt himself is actually a failed attempt at experimentation.
Yeah, it was a beautiful accident, just like most of the creatures of the wasteland.
Does that include you?
Well, kind of. I could just. I won't get into too many details. So who do we have with us today? Well, we happen to have almost everyone you can see on screen. There's me on the left there. We have our beautiful podcast art by Sancho. And in fact, we have you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Woo! I'm Kelly. I'm in the middle of that awful. No. Oh, that was the wrong
Oh my
one.
god.
Oh no! Please, someone. No, please, no. In the middle, we have the beautiful James Kelly, and I'm very sorry for accidentally saying the artwork was awful. That was a slip of the tongue. Yeah, I'm here because we're about to do a British invasion after a good long while of the British Empire being the British Empire has been in ruins, and now we're here to dominate the world again. So
I mean, look at this. We got South Africa,
We
got
have
America,
watchers.
Canada. Oh my gosh.
We have watchers. Hello, people.
And we're also celebrating British Invasion podcast because it just freaking Greenwich Mean Time, freaking daylight savings time scooted forward here in the States, and I'm just all fucked today because of that.
We don't celebrate that here in South
Yeah,
Africa.
you guys are
Also,
much more
hello,
civilized in that
I'm
sense.
here. My first live stream.
We don't have okay. We have Australia in the
Kelly's
comments. Hello,
abandoned us.
Australia. Upside down land. Besides
we
you.
have Australia. Whoa!
I missed the last two podcasts. It feels like I've been away after a long absence. I've had a long absence from our
It really
content.
has, because technically the
Just
last
unforgivable.
numbered podcast was Valentine's Day. That's like a month ago. Fudge.
Exactly, and I've been on all of them. So personally, I find this a disgrace, and I want to know who
Yourself.
I need to fire.
I fired me and fire. And hero.
So for the sake of introductions, I'm James Vermont, and I am busy swearing at my computer because I'm busy playing Mass Effect and dying over and over again. Stuck in video games.
And then we have Kenyatta in the black there, in the edgy black with the red mane.
And with
Oh
the
my
echoey
gosh.
voice.
Oh God!
No,
It's just turned
not
into an
this
episode of Tim and
again.
Eric.
He's got the God voice.
And as always, I have
Do not put
I
that
thought-
I have
on.
my filtering too. So yeah, so oh my gosh, how are all y'all doing today then?
Will we have that bot?
I'm feeling edgy.
Wow. No, I'm very good. Work is not very
Oh, it
productive.
never is.
But that's East Corp. No. Yeah, I'm good. Oh, hello the chat. Now I say today we have an Olympics, but a country Olympics to regain British awesomeness, and I'm not sure how we're going to do an Olympics without running around, but it will be done.
Like the Empire
So wait,
Games.
how to do? Yeah, we're going to do an online Olympics. This is going to be.
Isn't the last 400 years of European history just the Empire Games in general? It's like, okay, oh, it's the 1500s. Hey, Spain, they got in on this new like world that exists over to the west somewhere. That sounds like a fun game we can play. And then when that game sours because America's like, nah, freaking Monroe Doctrine, bitches, you stay on your side of the ocean. Then they're like, okay, what can we fuck with next? Hey, these Chinese, they really like some opium, and we really, really like their tea. Oh my gosh, Chinese tea. And India, and then Africa, and then James came about. Yay, Vermont.
Apparently, there's no actual online Olympics, which I'm very disappointed about. So we were going to have to make up our own Olympics.
About that because the first annual He Will Not Divide Us Olympics has been a great game of capture the flag that I have been following across the country since it started.
That is spectacular. That is spectacular to watch, to be honest. I kind of hope they do carry on because that is.
I mean, I'm
top notch.
I'm amazed by the, again, no offense intended for anyone, but the weaponized autism of the people put to use in 4chan to be like, okay, let's literally study the stars. Like they're freaking, they have a sextant and they're explorers and they're measuring like the zenith of the angle of the Earth. And I'm like, 24 hours. I'm blown away. Like, even me as an engineer, that shit is hard. Like, one of my hardest engineering classes was doing calculations for the heat radiation into a building by the sun. So you're tracking the sun's zenith and changing it over time and the angle of approach and the windows and freaking R factors. And I'm like, one day, and they triangulate it, and then also with jet streams. I'm like, holy hell, there is nothing 4chan can do.
Oh no.
How the fuck is your brain still in one piece at the end of the day, Skybolt? Like, seriously, let me go and get my gun.
You wish you had a gun.
Right? Like, seriously.
It's never in one piece.
I got freaking all my guns.
Oh my god.
This is what memes do to you.
Oh my god!
I mean, even the United States government with the CIA tried to weaponize memes, and they lost a war that Cole didn't even know it was fighting. I feel so proud in my veteran history.
Do you wonder if Hillary Clinton still has her Snapchat up?
That would be. I'm looking forward.
I really want to know. Snapchat Hillary Clinton.
Oh, man.
Let's find out. Because that was great. That literally was like a 6-year-old just trying to be
almost
hit
feel
and
bad
awesome.
because
And
I
it was
feel like
cool.
she had like the worst advice. Like Trump, he didn't like need to engage like the internet per se. He just had his Twitter, which is just horrible and beautiful at the same time. But with Hillary, you feel everything is calculated. You can hear all the Democrat staffers in the background being like, okay, so we need to reach out to the kids with the Pokemans. Mention the Pokemans at the rally. So have you heard about Pokemon Go? Well, I think you need to Pokemon Go to the polls. And then the internet laughed.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
Jesus. I do honestly feel bad because I'm sure she doesn't understand any of that. And so they're like, this is what you have to do to approach the young people because they all like this Bernie Sanders guy. And Bernie Sanders, he just got to go in there and tell the kids what they need to know and honestly be much more truthful and righteous to the young people who could see through Hillary's corporatist bullshit. And then they're like, okay, well, this Sanders guy, he's getting a little too weird, so super delegates. And boom. Anyway, that's this is just politics in meme form, which is the only way to do politics in the world.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah, like we can't in this day and age try and actually argue with reason. It has to be
this
memes.
is almost like the modern War of the Roses. This is all bullshit. Like we're watching a chess game being played by very filthy rich people, and you can only make you can only have fun with it. So
yeah. So I've recently just gone on to 4chan and it seriously is like I don't know how this exists. It honestly is just like it's so far. It's literally just porn. I'm on the random.
Oh,
I'm on
no.
/B, and it is literally just porn.
/B.
It's just
Oh,
it is
you
just
can't
porn.
go to /B. That's
like the entire way
insane.
through.
Yeah, no, it's.
It is insane. This needs like a +30 age
That's
rating.
why they
like,
call
holy
them
shit.
cards.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a good
fucking-
point.
Y'all are
What the hell?
gross.
Who is this?
No, F off nor me.
Needle Stitch is in the
What?
podcast? I didn't put you in
Hi,
the picture.
Needle.
You weren't here.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Damn.
Ass. I've been
You
here the whole
just got
time.
here after the podcast started.
Baby.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
know, it's because nobody told me that we were
I'm
doing
sorry.
a podcast
Apparently,
today.
this might be a new thing,
Well,
though.
You weren't here for the meeting.
Blame Skyball.
Nobody
Oh, it's
knew
okay.
we were doing
I
the
have a
podcast
good
today.
reason for not being in the meeting. I was recording for you guys.
Oh,
Fuck
No,
We love
that's
you,
no excuse,
but
I
you're not.
say.
That is the
no
best
excuse.
excuse.
Wait. So you were recording. Does that mean that the baby was is all better now?
Yeah,
Wait,
my
what?
baby's all better.
Yay.
Okay,
Mama's
so
still good.
my
Oh,
kitten,
kitten. Okay.
she was throwing up. Yeah, my kitten was throwing up really, really bad, and I didn't know what was wrong. And I was legit scared because I've had a cat hairball before, but I've never had a cat throw up for
Ooh,
2
that
days
is
in a
long
row.
time.
So I was worried. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be able to record anything until I can get her better. And I told James, I might be a little bit late with a project he has me working on. But I took her to the vet Friday, and they said she was fine. She just had a tummy bug. So she got all of her shots, and she is eating and drinking and is all better. So I've been
Great.
recording today.
Woo! And ever since then, we've taken to calling her Mama Stitch.
Yeah.
Aww.
Because my kitty's my baby. She was actually meowing. I'm in my kitchen right now, groceries. She jumped up and started meowing into the snowball.
Oh, yeah. Like one of those pure white, like fluffy.
I'm like, okay, gotta turn off my mic.
Like one of those pure white, like
Huh?
fluffy cats.
No, the
Oh.
snowball, my microphone.
Never mind.
Oh. Oh. I thought you were throwing an
Yeah,
actual
I literally
snowball
had a
at
cat
the
named
cat.
Snowball. That's what I was thinking too.
No,
Yeah.
my cat, they're both mutts. We're not entirely sure
Do you
what
use
they
mud
are.
with a cat?
But the one who was meowing into the snowball looks like a Russian blue.
Okay, that pins it down a little bit more. Those are the ones that are like periwinkle colored, right?
Does it?
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Her
was
name is River
Russian
Song.
blue.
You say
Oh, we're
hi?
getting chat questions.
Oh.
Sweet. Skybolt, how fast can you fly? Skybolt's mechanical wings are early prototypes that it's just grown attached to. So they are subsonic. There's no rain boom capability, but he can keep up with the average Pegasi. Not sporting, but like the average Pegasi. So no.
So not Rainbow Dash.
Well,
Oh, God.
Skybolt, are you part of Earth Pony? Because then you might
no.
be part Alicorn.
I have pure
Or-
unicorn blood. It's there's no Earth pony
Oh,
in there.
okay, good.
Pure
Yeah.
unicorn blood.
Yeah, we don't want the low
Unicorn
life of
Dash is
the Earth Ponies. Earth Ponies are inferior.
Unicorn
Wait.
masterpiece.
Pure unicorn blood. Does that mean that?
Yeah.
Does that mean that Lord
coming
Voldemort
straight from Canterlot.
come back to life?
I heard life. That was it.
Yeah, I heard life, and that was it, yeah.
If you, because in Harry Potter, if you drink unicorn blood, you
Oh, that's
culture to
right.
death.
Dude, I haven't seen Legend
Oh,
in ages, but
yeah,
that
yeah.
soundtrack is still freaking awesome.
Legend. That's from Harry Potter,
Oh,
you dork.
No, it was in Legend too.
No, I
right?
just
Another
remember
question.
mythology.
Oh yeah, it was Harry Potter. Harry Potter also has a good soundtrack, so there you
Another
go.
Skybolt.
I just watched the Harry Potters too. I just got it confused in my head, okay? There's a lot of unicorns out there. Like the new Cinemark freaking movies here in America,
true.
they have a unicorn commercial now, and I'm just so confused. So many unicorns.
Do they? Oh my god.
So,
Unicorn movie.
I have a gray cat and I have a black cat. And I was
Thank-
telling a friend of mine, I was like, I should dress one up like Octavia and one.
Hello?
Oh no,
Hello?
Hello.
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 That was weird.
Okay, oh,
Yeah,
one dressed up
I'm
like
here. Can you hear me?
Octavia? And
one dressed up like a changeling.
Oh.
My friend is like, stop.
Or dye its head red, then strap some wings and a horn to it, and then you can make an awesome OC.
Bam.
Bam.
My OC is part unicorn, part kitty.
That's actually. Is there any?
Well, there's
cat
the
ponies?
Pudge Muffin guy,
I need
that
to know
artist
this
on
now.
DeviantArt. He draws them all like cats,
The
which
Pudge
drives me
Muffin.
crazy because I'm generally not a cat person, and I'm just like, they're freaking horses. Stop drawing them as cats. I'm generally not a cat person. Some cats are fine, but most cats aren't, and it's just like
My
They
cats
can be
aren't
dicks.
assholes.
it's
So
all
you'll
about the
like my
essential
cats.
nature of cats
My cats
versus
aren't
dogs, and why there's this internal human battle. It's like Yandeer versus Sundeer. They're very
Because
different.
I want like obedient creatures.
I mean, to be honest, cats do. They are dicks. To be honest, like
No, not my
We-
cats.
there's nothing wrong with loving a
Oh
dick,
my god.
but they are dicks, right?
Not my cats.
Apart
My
from
cats-
Needle's cats.
Yeah, my cats are super sweet. Like, they don't scratch, they don't bite, they don't hiss, they barely meow.
There's something Pegasus might be
Uh-huh.
able to speak to. I have heard that the most friendly and dog-like cats are the Maine Coon cats, which are like
Bombay.
of the Maine, the northeast area up there by Kenyatta, and
Bombay
I
cats
know
are most
nothing
like
about
dogs.
cats.
You can
I'm
actually
sorry.
leash train them. My cats are leash trained.
I can confirm cats are fucking assholes. 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know nothing about cats, but
You're
my girlfriend
lucky.
cat is a jerk.
I still have scars
Yeah.
from like 3 different cats our family's had over the years, so there's that.
Oh.
My cat is
You see
fantastic.
a cat?
Why is everyone else?
Oh, there you are.
And then there's mine. Those.
No, come here.
Beetle's summoning her
Also, friendly
kitties.
reminder that cats
God.
carry a toxoplasmosis disease that literally rewires your brain. So cats are basically like the zombie plague, but slightly further.
That's only if you don't wash your hands after you handle their poopy.
What?
Also, Skyball,
the
to be fair,
fuck?
you probably carry a bunch of diseases.
Well, you
we
see,
don't.
There's a difference between
Skyball
carrying
forces
diseases
and all.
and being a whatchamacallit, like shoot, where was I going with that analogy?
A
My
host?
diseases are better than cats. Most diseases are better than cats. I would rather have strep throat than a cat for 2 weeks. So there's that. Ooh,
How about
leprosy,
leprosy?
much better than cats. See, you can take pills that immediately or relatively quickly cure leprosy. You can't cure a cat. You just have to like put them in the woods and hope they go away.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Skyball's
Not your
insulting my
babies, just cats in
babies.
general.
Skyball, you're a bad
No,
person.
I actually did have one
Well,
very good cat.
I'm okay with this.
I know how to cure
Apparently,
disease.
to Google, a 2013 study supposedly shows cats hate when humans pet them. So that's pretty definitive evidence that cats are dicks, right?
My cats, if I don't pet them, they cry.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say that they would pet anything because they don't love us.
My
I'm
cats
sorry.
love me. At least I like to think they do.
Yeah, exactly. Dogs, you can tell when they love you. Like they just run up to you
See,
and they'll just like
this
try
is a
and get
study
you to
I
pet
want to
them.
conduct, and I don't know what
Knock
the
you
best way to
over.
conduct it would be because
Eat your
it's very morbid.
shoes.
Let
Shoe
me
off.
But I want to
Twenty.
run a study about cat and dog mourning periods, where basically like you have a cat and a dog, like maybe a set, like 6 of each, and they're very attached. They've been with their human for like a year or 2 or something, and then all the people die, and then you wait and see how long it takes until the cats and dogs start to eat the people. And you see, like, what the mourning period is, what respect for the dead the species have. And I would bet quite a bit of money that the dogs wait longer before they start eating the people.
Yeah.
Because dogs don't necessarily need a lot of meat in their diet. Dogs can be omnivores
Yes.
if needed. Cats are carnivores. They have to eat meat. So
Exactly. That makes
a
cats
cat's
small.
more quick to eat you because they have to eat.
But That's
Wow.
still a dick move on the cat's part.
It's that's a species we can't tolerate.
Yeah.
What'd I do?
Needle, I didn't. You were
It
able
makes
to pick up this fucking.
You might have to re-say that.
What?
It's like
Cats are clearly just more efficient than dogs.
What? What'd you say?
Onkar, you'll have to restate what you said.
What
You
did
missed
you
the first part.
I didn't think you and Needles could get so.
Dark? We're just
dark.
talking about cats and dogs.
I
This
mean,
is
that's
fun.
my job.
This is all nice. Kitty, doggy.
Easy.
With great violence.
Dude, have you seen my OC?
Have you listened to any of the scripts?
Also, I would like to point out to James that dogs were a much better use in securing your people's place in Africa because of the Ridgeback dogs that helped hunt lions in the wilds of mapping the country.
Damn.
And guess what? It was the
Yeah.
Ridgeback dogs, which were actually much smaller, that were fighting off the lions, which were, the untamed wilderness of the Congo.
Yeah, but Skybolt, the English were really useful in helping secure your country, and you
Exactly,
ended up throwing them out.
well, here's the great thing about America is yes, we were influenced by the English, but then we took it from there and then surpassed, because that's what every parent wants. They want to see their child become better than them at some point.
Yeah, but we taught you how to government things, taxes, keep things in order, give you
No,
rules
see,
and
this is,
regulations.
I've gone over
Than
this
the
in the past. Is
dollar.
America is the perfect combination of British and French ideas put to paper. We took a lot of the John Lockean ideas and we took a lot of the British government structure ideas, and then we crashed on Spain's couch. That big couch they left in the Americas.
See, you're right. We did take the best
And also
of
some
what
of
they
the-
wanted, and we did a really good job at putting it to paper. We did a shitty job at actually executing
executed people.
ideas.
Sorry, that was a joke.
Okay, I said I
No,
did.
I think we did a
Much like
freaking
Kazoo.
bang up job. It was bloody brilliant. And I was reading a wonderful. I had a friend who spent like 3 years in France recently, and it is incredible the essential difference of French and English culture at least from a third party perspective. I mean, it's just night and day, and I understand now why they've hated each other so long.
So is Canada the same, but
Bro,
they
I
just
swear to God,
failed?
if you're eating your fucking
Canada
car,
are
I
the
will
same,
kill
but
you.
with a
The
cuckold
Canadian
Yes.
government,
thing.
the Canadian government greatly by the American government. It was going well, and then we put Trudeau in there, and everything has
That's
gone
Trudeau.
to crap since. Like bad.
There is a reason why Canada was annexed in Fallout.
Yeah.
Like, there's a
I
good.
mean, when things start
We
going
did
They were
to
too
shit,
damn
Fallout.
polite. They took it up the
things
ass.
get crazy. Well, I mean, Canada was always the safe haven for the people who wanted to stay under the crown, which was fine. We got over that 200 years ago. But it's like, at some point, things are going to break. You're going to have to pick your side of the line. So yeah, now that we circle back to Fallout after that long roundabout, does anyone have any Fallout news that they would like to share?
Fallout news. Oh, well, what do people
New
think
Vegas
of
is
that
still better
side
than Fallout
scroll?
4.
Oh,
New chapters of Wasteland coming out.
oh my god.
That's not a secret. Everybody knows they come out every other
Roughly,
week.
that's not a
So,
set schedule.
yeah.
I say we pick the topic of Fallout 3
Oh
versus New
yeah,
Vegas.
that would be
That is
fun.
the topic.
It is better than
No,
New
it's
Vegas.
not.
Yeah, I've just finished New Vegas, and I had to say, like, New Vegas for an RPG, I'd say it's better. But Fallout 3 still got the atmosphere a hell of a lot better. Like, I
Fallout
want
3
it
has the
dark.
essential atmosphere,
'Cause the
yes,
problem
but
is-
the riding in New Vegas far surpasses it.
The
Yeah.
writing in New Vegas is better, but the problem is that the overall the actual world,
Okay, hold up. Whoever's typing, you
The
need
world of Fallout New
need
Vegas-
something in your microphone.
Something your microphone. Turn it off.
I don't know, but
Which
someone
something?
sounds like they're typing with their freaking knuckles. like Twilight first time she breaks into the human world. Like,
but yeah,
Oh.
the problem with Fallout New Vegas, I've always hated the actual
yes.
physical world. Like I think the level design in Fallout New Vegas is shite.
It is
The
annoying
writing
that you have to go
more
south
than
like
makes
straight
up
away.
for it. The writing more than makes up for it, but the soundtrack is weak. Mr. New Vegas is weak, and the design is weak. Everything else is fantastic.
My biggest problem with New Vegas is the digital structure of having to walk through a door to enter frickin' Freeside, and then yet another door to enter the Strip, and then yet another door to get to the other side of the Strip, and then yet a fifth door to get inside the building for your little pad in the frickin' the 38. That's why always in my game, I would just go to the Gunrunner's arsenal and dump my crap in the garbage can, and then sell off what I want right there to the Gunrunner robot.
Yeah, there's just way too much backtracking in those early stages of New Vegas. Like, once you get to the Lucky 38, it proceeds really nicely, and then the game really gets going. But up until
I kind of like the little horseshoe, though.
Yeah, and it's on like the level design as well. It's similar to Fallout 4, where it forces you in one direction. Like, I don't like that. I don't like the Fallout New Vegas. It's head south or you're going to die. And then in like Fallout 4, it's okay, head to this direction because there's nothing else. You can't head north. Like Fallout 3, just start in the middle. You can head in any direction you want, no problem. And I like that free reign. But yeah, Fallout New Vegas, it was very annoying go in this one direction or you're going to get killed by rad scorpions and the fucking bugs or whatever the hell.
Yeah, I made the mistake in Vegas.
Also Death Claws. Also.
Yeah, oh god, and Death Claws, yeah. Yeah, that was shit. I don't like that.
New Vegas is good, but the thing is that it doesn't help that you've got the Obsidian fans who just blow it way out.
See, no, I'm not one of those people.
If you were to listen, it's not the second coming of Jesus. It's a good game.
Yeah.
But it's not the second coming of Christ.
No, it's the second coming of...
Everything has it.
Shoot. I was going to make a God joke there, like God Dog. Never mind.
Okay, if you can look in the business chat a minute, I've been copying questions from the chat.
Okay. Right, well...
Oh, right, because this is the live stream, so people are asking us...
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people listening to us as we go.
Yes, I've been copying questions.
Better attention than I have. Okay, what is everyone's favorite FOE?
We still love you, too. Gosh, who wants to go first?
Question.
Hang on, what? Sorry, favorite FOE even? I can go.
Yep.
Okay, so it's definitely Red Eye, and I mean, I don't. Maybe that's a cliched answer. Pegafelin from the main fic, but I really, really fucking enjoyed Red Eye for the writing. Aside from giving him all of these connections to Pip, Red Eye had this Red Eye's biggest thing was that really, I kind of agree 90% of what he did of the decisions he made. They find this thing of yes, he put together all of the slavery, but on the other hand, all the ponies that he turned into slaves were shitty ponies already. So
like Little Pip.
But then they sort of goes together. Like yes, he did all this terrible shit, but also he brought the closest thing to industry back to the wasteland. He built factories, he built hospitals, and he built schools. And yes, they were full of horrible propaganda. But
all schools are full of horrible propaganda.
Exactly. So,
this is what I know. I'm like school.
So, and when you got to the thing where Red Eye was like, well, I actually don't want to be in charge. I'm creating a world where I'm not going. I think there was a line about it where I'm going to create a world which has no place for people like me or for pony fun. Which I thought that actually made him more of a hero than Little Pip, because Little Pip's plan involved destabilizing an entire civilization, like a 200-year-old civilization that had been building itself up and destroying their source of creating food and taking control of it. That was her plan, to save the wasteland, also that the wasteland could get to see some sun. Whereas Red Eye was like, okay, cool, well. What I was like, okay, cool. Well, I will also do a really shitty thing, but I'll do it for an actual practical purpose, not for a symbolic purpose. So Red Eye is a great villain because of the fact that he is not a villain. He's basically the hero of Fallout Equestria.
Nice.
The ends to a means.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tell me that they do, because I can guarantee you that that the New Camelot Republic went and seized control of Red Eye's factories.
Oh yeah, no, I
picture
the New Camelot Republic's takeover was a lot like the first French Revolution, where holy shit, things got way worse than they got better.
I still have the theory that the New Camelot Republic would crumble in 15 years, and the reason I say 15 is because in the 10-year in that 10 years later segment in the book, we still see that the NCR is still functioning, but it will crumble so quickly because it's trying to take over and unite a country where every single town has been self-governed for 200 years. There is no fucking way that is happening. That was going to be the focus on one of my Terminal Secrets follow-ups, was on how the NCR was just going to fail miserably.
I'll be honest too. I remember with the ending, I thought it was also kind of morbid that it's like, okay, all the radiation is gone, and now all the ghouls are slowly dying. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. That's actually one of the progenitors of my Green Shift character. Was I'm like, I need someone that could possibly be there to fix this at some point. That would be nice. So.
It gives them more reason to make nuclear reactors
it means
for
like
energy
we just got to have another nuclear
because then it's
war.
a plus.
I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah. But it's bound to happen.
And that's the other problem too, is that mega spells are still going to exist. Our magic crystal reactors are still going to exist. You cannot close Pandora's box, so to speak.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the line of war never changes. It is way too true. It just won't.
And then, of course, because all the towns that adopted brand new systems of government. Some towns reverted to a tribal status, or some used a monarchy, or maybe some used a democracy,
or some followed Dave.
So that's. Well, actually, no, Dave was a democracy. So that's the other problem, is that,
Vermont, you are really, really quiet.
God now wanted to come in and make everyone operate on a democracy. They wouldn't. The other
and Griffins don't know what the fuck
Vermont
they're
is
doing
really
anyway.
quiet.
True. But like most countries in the past, you just take it over with violence. I mean,
Which
that's
is what
worked
Red Eye
in the
was
past.
doing. Beautiful
Half a revolt.
imperialism.
But, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he just had tons of people to do his bidding, and it worked for a really long time. Just a really small pony somehow defeated him.
A very small drug addict went and murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah. It's actually a bit weird if you take away like most of the context of like how she got in there. This little tiny pony who pretty much had telekinesis, and that was it. Somehow defeated.
One question popped up in
army.
the chat. Once you're done reading Fallout Equestria, what side story should you go to next? All of ours on the East Corp channel.
Ooh.
You go to Confessions and Terminal Secrets and Wasteland Survival Guide and all the other good stuff. That's what you should go to.
If you're a really depressed person, I advise Project Horizons. If you're a happy-ish person, I'd advise...
you don't recommend Project Horizons because no one finishes Project Horizons. If you're dying, then you can start,
Unless you're depressed and you're really... If you're just in that mood, like I've pinned it down. Project Horizons is for the people who are just like, I want to die. Because then you empathize with Blackjack. Like, I've got this down. Like, I'm pretty sure if you're depressed, like Somber and Blackjack, then you like Project Horizons.
If
but
you
if
like
you like something
Hookers and
happier,
Blackjack,
literally the author's name is Somber. That's what you're getting into.
Yeah. If you like depression, read Project Horizons. If you like happy stuff, read Pink Eyes. Bang.
And if you want quality, go to Corp or Heroes.
Yes. I agree, actually, yeah.
I will still hold that Project Horizons is not good.
I wouldn't know. I've only read up to like chapter 8 or whatever.
No. I'll have you know it's a very good story.
No, I like Project Horizons because that made me my biggest song ever was the 99 Problems. So I love Project Horizons.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys keep listening. Yay. That blew me away. I mean, I already knew there was that secret, like, massive Project Horizons sub fan base. How many damn sub fan bases can we have for this crap? It's like, and I'm like, okay, I thought of literally the pun. I'm like, okay, 99 Problems. Hey, let's make it about that Project Horizon pony, whatever her name was. And then I reread chapter 1 and I'm like, done.
Yeah, I am actually surprised that you managed to write all of that with only like a few chapters, and I would have thought you.
I also skimmed through the wiki just to get the general gist of it.
Oh, right, yeah. But Project Horizons is you'll enjoy it if you like blackjack. If you don't like blackjack, then
that's easy then, because I like it way better than Little Pip, at least in the chapter 1 sense.
Yeah.
Actually, I hated her, but I loved everything else.
Really?
Yeah,
have you read the entire thing?
Her. Well, I read up to like chapter 30, I think. No.
Yeah, that's where everyone drops. That's where chapter 30, everyone drops off around there.
Yeah, because after that it goes
when
a
she
bit
gets
too
really
far.
cuddly and
yeah. I wouldn't say cuddly. She just. Yeah. She gets machined up, and then she has her soul taken away from her and put into another blank body. Then she gets. Then her soul combines with Luna's, and then she becomes like a cyber goddess.
Basically,
yeah,
the point where
you lost me there.
Where he stops making My Little Pony and Fallout, and he starts making an anime.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I skimmed over anything where she started doing backflips over tanks. I skipped those parts. but
you're really
on a live stream.
You can turn him up on his user volume, Needle.
Oh, that was.
Haven't already. Yeah. Blackjack, if you like. It's all right.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good sales, kind of. I have mixed feelings about it after hearing that. Let me just answer real quick. Just some questions came to me directly. Skybolt, if your character is in the wasteland, what weapon would you use? One of two things, either the Gauss rifle or the riot shotgun. Because one thing I loved about freaking Fallout New Vegas was those two damn weapons. I got the riot shotgun, and I pumped that shit full of so many different kinds of slugs that I blew away anything that came my way. It's like, oh, robot? Electro EM slugs. Oh, what is that? A raider? Freaking flechette rounds. Perfect gun for New Vegas is the riot shotgun, and then the Gauss rifle just because that's cool. And then how fast can you fly? Like I said, subsonic, and then roughly like average for whatever Pegasi fly. Freaking, freaking wind speed or whatever Twilight measures with the cup thing.
How did you get your wings?
That's his special skill. He's basically an automail mechanic. He's Winry of the Wasteland, or like kind of steampunk. That was the original before I actually read Fallout Equestria. So
yeah, and then he accidentally sort of turned into a half.
He's Winry, but without the unless you really want it.
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
Okay, other favorite FOE villains. My favorite FOE villains are all the ones I write. Probably the top of that would be freaking what's her name from the first Terminal Secrets episode, Dr. Needle. That was before you were in the picture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was she really a villain, or was she just another?
She wasn't exactly a villain. Yeah, those are the best
line.
villains that like you can empathize with their cause a bit. And I wanted to make a Halsey character where she was like, she does all these horrible things, but the ends sort of justify the means in some ways. And it's like it's almost like a Saw thing too. It's like a little bit of torture over a long period of time, but it brings about a good result. Is it okay? So yeah, I tried to really explore some deep shit with that.
No, actually, thinking of analyzing Terminal Secrets, right? So. What I don't know if Dr. Needle would have actually happened, because I honestly don't know what she was like as a child, but if you think of like Pink Pippin, she was like, oh my god, yeah, we're going to do some study and we're going to learn science and all that shit, and then she learns about it, but she hated it. So if that happened with Dr. Needle, wouldn't she have rebelled? Like, how did they
Pink Pippin-
brainwash everyone? Because I don't
Pink
know if they
Pippin
would
was
have gone
supposed to
along with
be
it.
also a guide of how that like process went for all the following scientists, where basically it's the
Right.
slow black pill, where basically like little by little they introduce to them like, okay, this is what we're doing, and this is why we have to do it. Basically, kind of tying them in so deep that they just sort of have to accept the ideology. And that's why she had the line of "I wish I had more time to explain" or something like that. Where essentially it was just it was basically just like brainwashing. Like little by little, you just become so used to their thought process that the whole thing is ideas are a disease. So the scientists had passed down the same set of ideas that this is okay, you must accept this, and little by little, all of the scientists get infected and end up going with it.
So would have Pink Pippin turned out like Dr. Needle, where she was sort of half evil and a bit
eventually, like the idea was,
cuckoo,
if she had stayed
slightly.
with them for another 8 years or whatever, then she would have ended up just like Dr. Needle.
Oh,
But she
poor
got
Pink
out,
Pippin.
and then
She was lovely.
So...
Well,
Yeah.
if we're doing
Well, she didn't even get out.
No, I mean, like she got out of the science, like, she found the truth and, at the barrel of a shotgun, and then she all fucking died. You're going to tell the truth, Dr. Needle.
No, James just said that the best villain was. No, that's the Lugnar. Yeah, that's his name, isn't it?
I know
Lugnar.
who it is, but like, where did you pull
That's
that
literally
one out of your ass?
I wanted an excuse to a Mr. Plinkett character, and so I wrote one, and then I made him a drunk so that it made sense that his voice sounded like this. That's why early on he sounds much more like standard Joyzy, a little bit kind of dang it, now I can't do accents right now. But yeah, and so then basically it's like pre-drunk, you hear that, and then in the like bar scene, you can hear his words start to kind of slur and kind of get that Barney Grumble kind of like inflection, and then I go full Mr. Plinkett later on.
I was just like, what are you doing, Sky? That's what I was thinking when I heard that. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
just fanboy,
Don't
more or less.
If we're gonna do if we're gonna do our villains, then obviously the Crusader.
That's true. I love the
villain.
Crusader mainframe.
Indeed.
Stella is the best.
Well, actually, no, she's. Well, she's like Red Eye, where it's the good evil type thing, where it's evil for the sake of good.
Or either that, or she's actually just completely insane.
Possibly.
That was just an asshole.
Well, I mean, is she like an Oh yeah, no, I think you said, wasn't it, that she's like self-actualized AI or something.
I don't want to say whether or not Stella is
We don't
completely
want to go too far
self-aware,
into
because
spoilers.
obviously there's still
No.
there are still story elements.
Let's just say that we have some good stuff cooked up for her in the future. Like, holy cow.
By the time Stella bows out of the story, and by that I mean by the time the story is
Everyone
over,
dies.
then yeah, totally. Everyone has an orgy. There's a big orgy.
Well, that is
Stella's
the
on
only
top.
way to do it. Is you plan the orgy and you set the clock on the bomb, and then you got 1 hour, so you better make the most of that hour.
Except for Blue Ball. Blue Ball somehow doesn't end up in the orgy and survives.
Oh.
Poor Blue Ball.
He
No,
died
go
the
for
way
it,
he
Giselle.
lived.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That's like the saddest story of them all.
Yeah,
Yeah, Stella, the whole acronym thing was absolutely drawn from GLaDOS. Where I mean, at least in the episode 3, I tried to write her a little bit like GLaDOS, where it's like, yeah, she's just like, basically, you're not sitting on your hands, but she's sitting there somewhat alone. Like, you got to think, for an AI, they think like a billion times faster than sentient mortal, whatever, ponies, people, whatever. And so it's like, that's why you end up going crazy, because you're like alone with your thoughts, like almost infinity, and then every once in a while you get to talk to someone on the outside.
And she's got a whole bunch of other things, because episode a little bit of episode 4, and then hugely in episode 5. We're going.
Oh, episode 5's gonna be awesome.
Yay! Yes.
Skybolt outdid himself.
You're typing with your knuckles.
I think I've said this on a podcast before, but Skybolt has outdone himself on how to on just the shocking, horrible, what the fuck did he write factor.
That's gonna be great.
I mean, the engineer, Terminal Secrets 1 and 3, the Ranger, all that shit, that doesn't come close to how horrific the ending to episode 5 is.
That makes me feel good that some people are perceiving that I'm getting better.
Nobody has blue balls. Blue balls.
But he does have blue balls at the moment.
Yeah, he does have blue balls, yeah.
I'm just typing questions. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, nobody has blue balls. Blue Ball is a character from Terminal Secrets.
Yes, I was responding to a question.
Skybolt is my inspiration for dark stuff. Yay! That's what I hope to be. Because really, my writing is a distillation of a lot of really pretty dark writing that I've always been a fan of. So it's like, we've got the Paul Verhoeven type, like, you know, sort of the satire humor, because I grew up with a lot of like RoboCop and freaking Total Recall and Starship Troopers. I love that stuff. And then there's the Lovecraftian stuff and the freaking Edgar Allan Poe stuff and the Stephen King's. And I try to do my best to be crazy. Anyway. No, I'm completely within standard deviation. Remember, 2 Sigma. That's how you live your life. 2 Sigma. 2 Sigma. You cover 95%. That's all you. Any more energy is a waste of time. It's all about return on investment. As an engineer, going above 2 Sigma is like only if you need to go, like for a space program or something.
I have no clue what 2 Sigma
It's
is.
a nerdy thing. Okay.
All right. Skybolt found another way.
We should go back to questions for everyone. What weapons would your character use in the Wastelands if they were just plopped out somewhere?
For me, it would definitely be a sniper. I like just being a little bit stealthy. In real life, at least. I'm terrible at that in actual games. But I just like not being seen, sniping people, and then going home. That sounds lovely to me.
Yeah, I like the sniper and shotgun would be like second resort.
Yeah, let's do that. 2 favorite weapons, because
Yeah.
I think that's what we've mostly done.
Yeah, no, it'd probably be same. Yeah, sniper and shotgun just covers all bases.
Sorry. Go on.
Whenever I'm playing Mass Effect 3, I'm always playing with a Widow or Valiant, or not the Valiant. Yeah.
You might have to explain what
the
those
Valiant.
are for us unwashed.
Widow or Valiant and Wraith. It's just 2 of the most powerful sniper rifles and the most powerful shotgun that I
just popped in the chat. Hi, Phoenix. Hello. Hello, Phoenix. So a little bit off topic. I have been given a theme song.
Ooh,
sweet.
Holy shit, you gotta show us now.
Please share.
Yeah.
You can't say it and then no, I'll not show it.
Yeah, no, I have been given a theme song. I have been made a theme song at work, and I get a message, and it's like, hey, I made you a song. And I was like, holy shit, you made me a song. Pretty
You will
great.
have
I'll
to
share it with you guys.
Yep, you will have to do that. We'll make it the podcast introduction theme. With Skype with needle stitch plastered on the front of it.
I could do some
Mama, Queen of the Nerds.
We could have like a cartoon intro and then have the what's the old one where you got the lion in between the like a gold circle, then there's a lion in the center.
MGM Studios.
Yeah, one of those
Except
ones.
we'll
Have
have
one of them.
Mokart's character,
That would
and
be
then
cool.
someone else voices it.
Yeah.
What?
Oakhart's character just there looking like she's plotting
It's just
something.
her
Just like,
literally saying,
Yeah.
eyebrow
That would
waggle.
definitely be
Whoa.
So there you go. Make that your text message sound. No, that is great. Yeah, I feel like now any theme song suggestions we'll get in are going to be in the vein of rickrolling from random people out there. So that's gonna be great.
Dude, I wasn't even expecting it. I was just like, bro, you made me a theme song.
Nice.
Fucking sweet.
We have musicians in here.
We do have musicians. I actually requested from our music team of a theme song for another secret project we have working on. That's actually something we need to talk about again at some point, James, because that would be fun to get out there.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, oh yeah, shit. I didn't know you wanted a theme song, but we can make multiple theme songs. We've got this.
So, did our friend send you the thing, Skybolt?
No, I haven't received anything from anyone. Did we actually get a hold of him or her?
No, the other thing. Not with my friend, your friend.
We'll have to talk about this later because my brain is not putting these dots together.
I'll just Skype it to you.
We have we have lots of things in the work that we hope you guys enjoy and spread around the internet, like we're trying to supplant the Project Horizons fandom now that that's over, which is exactly what we're trying to do. Like literally pull every one of those guys on over. We're writing some brand new Fallout 4 inspired stuff and a whole bunch of goodness that that didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
But we need more explosions and porn to do that.
That's what's coming up.
That's
in the
a
next
good point.
Well,
Ooh.
I mean, my Q&A video next week has some explosions.
Nice.
In it.
Whoa.
Needle Stitch can confirm, and so can Okard.
What?
I was saying, you and Okard can confirm my Q&A video has explosions in it next week.
I'm pretty sure your thing has sex in it as well, but...
Wait, the thing that you sent me the other day that you told me I need to have done by today?
Yeah, it's that thing, because that's going in the Q&A video.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's explosions.
There you go.
And there's an Okard and a Needle Stitch, if that sweetens the pot for anyone.
The honey pot?
I played Fluttershy-ish, sort of.
It's always better with Okard and Needle Stitch.
Boom, yeah.
Okay, we gotta think of a stupid ship name.
Well, it would be Needleheart, right?
Needleheart?
Needleoak.
Stitch would also be. Would also work though.
Needleheart does work. That sounds quite nice.
What about
That's
Heart
lovely.
Stitches?
Sounds romantic.
Heart Stitch.
Heart Stitch?
That sounds like an operation.
Yeah, like you.
Oh my.
Or Stitch Heart. What about Stitch Heart?
Yeah.
That's quite nice.
Sounds like we need to make another Valentine's Day podcast. I'll cover another targeted question real quick. Do you have any recommendations for inspirational sources, Skybolt? Yes. Anything by Michael Crichton, as I've said in the past, is really awesome. He covers very gritty, realistic not gritty, but like realistic takes on a lot of philosophical ideas that I think are definitely need to be seeped more into this freaking Care Bears culture we have of like, yeah, we're gonna shoot the rainbows out of our tummies, yay! And it's just not realistic. Like even his crazy monsters are much more realistic in terms of the implications of them.
Dude, you just said this to a whole bunch of.
Well, no, My Little Pony's right? Different. I'm talking about Care Bears. Oh God. Yeah. No. It's that's a good source if you're looking for the good stuff. Stephen King is fun just for kind of the zaniness. He's got a really interesting take on like horror comedy, like his sci-fi elements are always really strange the way he weaves them into his stories.
I just finished listening to it. Like I've read the book obviously, but I recently just started listening to it on Audible because I love Audible. # not sponsored. Hashtag Audible
know,
sponsor
right?
us now. But I just started listening to it on Audible because I absolutely love Stephen King. Like I grew up reading Stephen King, and I didn't remember a lot of parts, because I haven't read it in years. And just listening to it again just brought back a lot of nostalgia. And like, dude, Stephen King is a weird ass motherfucker, but he's so cool.
So was Terry Pratchett.
I have not listened to anything by Terry
I'd have to have
Pratchett.
someone describe it to me.
Needle, what the hell is wrong with you? Needle, you're fired.
Yes.
Hey, you can't fire me. I'm irreplaceable.
Always remember you, Terry. Always remember you.
Yeah, so those are good places to start. Really, it's my recommendation for any writing in general is what I call the trifecta theory, which is you find 3 things that are kind of similar to what you want to do, and you kind of dive into those, and usually then the thing you find will end up in the middle, and it'll be original enough, and you'll also get a lot of good ideas off of each of them, because most ideas are just like that.
Yeah, also, most things are just copies of something else. Like, once you realize that, you won't feel shit about yourself when you make something that you go, oh, that sounds like that, because
it's
everything sounds like something else.
Yeah,
like
you
everything.
just got to go back far enough that the general public memory is gone. That's honestly how remakes work too. Is like, oh, has it been 10 years? Sweet, we can roll out a new Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there was like a video on saying about it was like a follow-on, like I'm sure people have seen, like the whole why Marvel music is is forgettable, and then someone did a follow-up video on that, and then basically went, yeah, but all music is template music, and basically just brought up Star Wars and then got something from like the 1920s old film or something, or old Western film. And then it sounded like Star Wars, and it was like, oh my god, everything
to be fair,
is just
a
copied.
lot of John Williams
like seriously,
stuff
it
just
is.
sounds like John Williams stuff.
Yeah, it's true, but there was so much stuff that this guy was showing on just tons of previous stuff, and everything's copied. So don't feel bad about copying.
That was actually controversial at the time, or not controversial, but George Lucas pushed for a classical or standard movie score for Star Wars when a lot of people wanted to take the Alien approach and do something much more like strange or horror, or like, a lot of the new kind of stuff, that the 2001 kind of stuff that was breaking in by that point. So it was very controversial when he wanted to do that for a sci-fi thing, because they're like, no, sci-fi, they only understand the weird ass music. You got to use the weird ass music.
Also, for the record, that channel, that video that Kelly was watching was from a channel called Every Frame a Painting. And if you guys, if any of you guys are listening to this or interested in studying film or interested in dissecting it, Every Frame a Painting is the perfect channel to start at. Even like fucking my lecturers, when they're feeling lazy, they just put on Every Frame a Painting.
That is freaking lazy.
Wow.
They're paying good money for that.
That's really lazy, yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's a good point. You're paying for these people to teach you.
That was something I calculated early on when I started college. I'm like, every hour is 20 minutes. And that was like the general average I'd come to. Like, every hour of school teaching was $20. I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay, make sure you're getting your $20 worth today. And then you have some of those days where you're like, oh my gosh, I did not get my money's worth today.
Yeah.
Right, hang on, guys.
Right. Yeah, and actually I've just been going around the uni that I want to go to, and it's absolute shit. Like I've already signed up to it, and I've kind of I thought it was going to be really good, but it was basically like I'm already doing half the shit that they were teaching, and it wasn't that good. Like they were like, here's some really good high quality university work, and it was shit, and it was just like, oh my god, seriously. So yeah, uni isn't what it's made out to be. Just go there to get
that's the biggest
degree.
lie of all, is only go to university if you absolutely know you need that degree to get jobs in that field. So like for me as an engineer, you can't get a job unless you have a 4-year degree from an ABET, which is American something or other of engineering, accredited university degree. It's like a requirement. But like, especially in like the arts and a lot of stuff like that, really experience and practice in industry, and really a lot of industries like that, is going to take you much further than the degree.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it depends for some things, like for animation. I would absolutely recommend going to an institution to learn, because just the shit because you know, when you go and you get mentored in the industry, oftentimes they are, you know, your mentors are also working to their own schedules, whereas in an institution they have to set those 3 hours ahead aside for you. So it's also sometimes it's not just the degree that you.
Oh no. Of course, some classes like that you actually get good like learning and firsthand experience. I'm just like, I guess I'm broad stroking it with like liberal arts degrees or like a communications degree. It's like unless you know you need that degree for certain fields, it's like don't feel like it's a compulsion to go to university because it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And it isn't. And I feel like too many people, unfortunately, waste a lot of money and don't get any return on it. And it's sad. You see that out there with like the Occupy thing and stuff. And it's like they were kind of sold on a lie. That shouldn't have been that way.
And there's also a lot of self-learning as well. So it's if you can teach yourself now, like you're pretty much just doing what you do at uni, you know. And from what I can tell, like especially in the music stuff, watching YouTube videos seems to be exactly the same as what you get taught for actual
you can
lectures.
learn so much online if you're just looking for like just having the passion for whatever the hell it is. You could start on YouTube and cover tons of videos on that subject and then dive into the Wikipedia and then dive into all the actual sources that connect to the Wikipedia. And I mean, that covers so much.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot you can learn. Like I think I've learned just as much. I've learned different things, but I've learned just as much from a year working from a year working in audio dramas with all of these motherfuckers in this call. I've learned just as much as I have at university.
So we have a question.
Yes.
Someone said, Roy Mustang said, I haven't finished the Hawk. But did they answer my question about them doing an audiobook series?
We already kind of have some of those going on.
An audiobook.
I believe that the plan for WSG is to eventually turn
into an audiobook. If you mean like an audiobook version of one of the stories, I guess there's kind of something like that in the works, depending on if Kelly wanted to go into that or not. But in general, I mean, all our stuff is original, and I mean, it's audio drama, but I mean, you could really almost classify it as audiobook too. Dramatized audiobook.
Yeah, I mean, we do. Yeah, it's. I mean, like for all our scripts, they are scripts. They're not books or words on a page with quote marks around speech marks to say someone's speaking. Like it is all like a proper script. I mean. Yeah, no, and also we are focusing on our own stuff, so I'd imagine.
I
don't know. It would be an exception, a very high exception to the rule, if we did. Yeah, exactly. Like and then it might open up the market, but then at the same time we're trying to carve our own market. So yeah, I don't know. Possibly.
We'll leave
a
that
very
for the
vague
audio
answer.
people who have no right.
What?
Yeah. If we wanted some more productions, then we could do that nice and easily because no one
I'm
has
sure
to do
you're saying
any
that because we actually do
Now
have
it'd
really good audio production quality as far as our productions go. And like I hear some of these too, like the full audiobooks and stuff, and it's like subpar. Like probably the best Brony audiobook out there I've heard that's like not one of our things, obviously, is the Upheaval books that Forrest Rain did, because obviously he's a musician too, and so he's got decent sound quality and he's a really good voice actor. That's a great freaking series, the Upheaval series. I've been wanting to do a song on that at some point, and I've got to get back to it. But that's a really great original story if you were looking for that in the horse fandom.
What are you doing? Get out of that.
What are you doing? But mute that.
And needles such as Mike is
talking to my cat. She's like trying to eat my pins because I'm sewing something. And she's just like, what is this? Trying to eat?
Discussion is what she's doing.
You can't be eating the pins. I mean, she's a little idiot, but I love her.
Your full name and number.
She's your little idiot.
She is my little idiot.
So yes, I'm not sure if you are aware, but me and Needles have been talking with my other half in the chat.
Oh, what now?
Me and Needles have been talking with my other half in the stream chat.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
oh. Where is this person?
And it's just like, oh,
We must say hi.
Okay, good luck with that one.
What
Okay.
is your other half's name, Oak?
Yes.
How do you pronounce that?
Shuey and K.
Oh.
Shuey and K?
All right. I'll
I
hello.
call him
Oh, no,
Shuey
did you
for
get wrapped
short.
up in the
'cause
freaking
it's-
I'm just
University
gonna
of
call him
Colorado
Shuey.
system? Yeah, it's that's sort of the big lie too. Some of these like states that in America that do have really good college public systems, it's the same problem. Is like they want to invest in said system, so they kind of sell you on the schools like, oh, you want to come to the University of California because we will give you the imaginary clout that doesn't actually get you a job at all. It's like, unless you're literally advocating for like a good old boys club of, oh, you're a Cal fan, I'm also a Cal fan. I'm probably going to give you the job because, that's how we think, because we're an in-group. In general, especially in fields like engineering, no, they're going to say, all right, you got a degree. What work experience do you have? Have you ever done this kind of maintenance, this kind of HVAC, or this kind of chill water piping? It's dirty business. Public universities are a very controversial business, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's the same with the film industry, where, especially in South Africa, where it's
get your ass out of that.
For the love of God.
No.
Nice one.
The film industry in South Africa is really small, so everyone knows everyone else. So no one's really. So when you come out of university, you're an unknown. So the fact that you've got a degree doesn't actually mean much. You kind of you only really get a job when it's like, okay, cool. You want to get a job? Who have you worked with before? Do I know someone you've worked with? And you yes, okay, cool. So this person said you know what you're doing? Okay, cool. I've worked with this person before. She knows her shit. I trust her judgment.
Yeah, and also if everyone in your industry already has a university degree, or everyone is required to have a university degree,
it makes them worthless.
It's like, there's no put this. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And what's also quite funny, so in the South African film industry, recommending someone actually comes with a risk. So if I recommend Kelly to Skybolt, and then Kelly fucks up, then I take a hit to my reputation.
Yeah, that was how Kelly joined in the first place.
That's
actually.
a good point.
Kelly, don't fuck up.
Yeah, actually.
So don't
His
fuck
reputation is already in the pits. Why make it worse?
Oh man.
My reputation is perfect.
No, and that's why really with any even
where
you in an industry where you need that degree, like it is a requirement baseline, then you want to make sure you're getting that extra CV or resume builder. Like for me, I worked all of college to A, pay for it, and B, it was work experience in my field. And no matter what field it is, that could go far. If you want to be a management consultant for a business, go find some agency where you can get in as a freaking, even a volunteer job or hopefully a minimum wage job helping out their management team. That just looks great. And you want to, this is the helpful life advice portion of the podcast. You want to build that resume the best of your ability for that field. Know where you're going and what you need to do to get there.
A portfolio is so bloody important. I mean, everything I do at East Corp
And
goes on
ruins
my
his
portfolio.
Kidding.
Yeah, has anyone thought about that? It's hard to put ponies on a portfolio. Like I'm struggling with that. I put some stuff on like a half portfolio, but it is a little bit like,
you change the
shit.
file names.
Some
and,
people I'm
put
going to
it
take
in
this
there.
one. Yeah, that's true.
No problem putting ponies on my portfolio because at the end of the day, what you do is you go and you say to them, or the very least, what I go and say to them is, okay, cool. I've juggled 3 projects at once, releasing all of them at high quality with zero budget, and a crew working around the globe and barely any contact. That's what I could do under those circumstances. Give me a crew and a budget, and we'll see, and I can work a lot better for you. Is essentially how that's how I make my money now.
Yeah. That's
It actually
a good point.
reminds me of a
copy
strangely
you and actually have a
filthy
portfolio.
Frank quote where he was like, "Could you imagine what I could do with a budget?" Which is, I feel like, something every like amateur creator type on YouTube should be saying to people.
Yeah.
Look at how enjoyable this
absolutely.
is. Could you
Could you
imagine
imagine
if
what
you
we-
gave me money, what I could do with it?
Exactly. That's literally
I
going
can
back, 'cause
say
Shout out to our
big
patrons.
goals- Shout out to our patrons. One of my big goals at the end of the year is to pitch to Obsidian to use their Pillars of Eternity universe. And one of my arguments is, imagine what we could is to make a pilot without a budget in their universe, and then say, okay, cool. Now imagine what we could do if we had a budget.
Not the budget.
What budget?
We don't have a budget.
Nobody pays us to do this shit.
Shout out to our patrons.
We do
I
have.
would really love to pay.
We
you
do
guys
have
for the-
Patreons, but in all reality, like, if we don't need anything, we don't see any of that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. None of us here get paid.
That's true. Yeah.
Who has access to the Patreon anyway?
Me, I do. And the PayPal. I have all the money.
It's Kelly.
Oh
It's all
God.
diversified in internet stocks.
James's control of Patreon.
Yeah.
Internet stocks.
We're gonna ride this .com
all in
boom straight into
Bitcoin.
2005. Hell yeah, nothing's gonna derail us.
Oh my God.
Did you just go back 12 years? What the fuck?
That's what a lot of early
What?
people did in the internet, and then lost everything.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, but I think our setup at the moment for money is pretty good because we all equally share whose accounts and whatnot are being used. No one has like all the money
Exactly.
type thing. So no one can
Except for Kelly.
everyone up.
Unfortunately.
No. Like everyone has access to
Kelly's
it,
like, no,
and-
stop, wait.
Don't tell them that I
That's
have
that
all the
London
money.
privilege.
No,
Fucking all the banks up there.
yeah. Yeah.
Should be given to the Jewish.
Oh.
woman.
Needle's full of
Canada
shit.
shit.
Don't listen to it.
But yes, we totally got off topic on the reason why I brought up
Oh,
my
yeah, what
other
was all
half and
that
needle
about?
in the first place.
Okay, why are you talking about your other half, sweetie?
Yeah.
Because he's the one that's doing our ship
Oh
picture.
my!
I know.
Oh.
What kind of
Uh,
picture?
I was given the choice, either SFW or NSFW. I went for
Aw,
SFW.
That's a letdown.
That's depressing.
I have enough porn of my OC. Thank you.
So look for
one's
that
in
on the
Journey.
next video.
Googles.
Porn
No,
of my OC.
no.
Oh God, no! You guys will never see my.
I think you already said some of that.
I've never sent you guys full pictures of the porn.
Yeah, no, I've seen like a little bit of Steamy Stitch, but like
Just
a
a
butt.
butt.
It was when we were doing the whole going back and forth and turning our profile pictures into butts.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I zoomed in on Steamy Stitch butt and I screenshotted it and I turned it into my profile picture and he goes, "Is that the NSFW picture?" It's like, yes, it is. It's only the butt, but yeah.
Okie dokie.
It's depressing because I don't have any porn of my picture, my OC. Like,
I only have
Someone
one
help me out
person
with
who
this.
does porn of my OC, and it's because I know him really well and I to do tasteful porn.
Exactly. Tasteful news.
But it has to be tasteful.
Like, I don't really like, personally, like, to be honest, I don't like full-on, like, dirty, nudie, gritty stuff. I prefer, like, what the 1950s considered porn, which is scantily
about the
clad women.
ankles.
Well, it
Well,
is
like-
best to leave it up to the imagination rather than giving it you the full job lot. Just
Exactly,
Yeah, it's
and
true.
like I prefer like the pinup girls. Love pinup girls so much.
the old pin-up girls are the ones that a teenager nowadays will have up.
The old pinup girls, like the pictures
Yeah.
that you would see of like the World War II propaganda. posters,
but
just
those
like
ones are
buy more war bonds, and then the
Yeah,
sexy
they're
girl.
That was a magical
On a
time when they could
missile
just
and-
paint that stuff
I
on
like
airplanes themselves. We're way
Oh,
past
yeah.
that, unfortunately. As
Yeah,
a
that is cool.
civilization. Now you can't use words
Yeah.
like boy and girl without offending
It's a shame.
people.
Right. I actually really want to do. I have a Rarity cosplay, and I know a bunch of these guys. So I am going to try to do one of the old old World War II pinup rarities with
Oh, that
an
would be
airplane.
really cool, actually.
Whoa, that would be fucking cool. Damn.
Right? So I have to talk to them to see if it's even possible for me to get onto a base to do that, because I know they have problems with civvies getting near the airplanes.
Wait. You'd actually paint that on an airplane? What?
No. I would be like modeling.
Oh,
next
yes.
to
Okay.
airplanes
You know what you do there
Yeah.
then? You just do it at
in
like
World War II
a museum.
propaganda style. I could probably do that in a museum, but I don't think that they'd be okay with me dressed up like that.
Would be awesome.
How many nosebleeds would that cause?
I
A lot.
never understood the origin of that meme. I don't know what it's like in Japan, but it's like, who gets nosebleeds for stuff like I've gotten a nosebleed like a handful of times in my life.
Waves.
I get a nosebleed if it's too cold outside or if it's too hot outside.
You're gonna have a hard time.
That's a
I have a
no-go
hard
zone.
time now.
I woke
I walked to work and I sat down at my workstation and I signed in, and I did something that my boss really frowns upon: getting back up and leaving your workstation after you sign in before your break time. And I got up and I walked to the bathroom, and he stopped me and he's like, "Kim, you can't be doing that. You need to get back to your station." And I was like, "Dude, look." And I showed him my hand and it was covered in blood, and he goes, "Oh my God, okay, never mind."
That's the way to do it. You just stay there no matter what's going on. They're like, oh, okay, you can go. It's okay. Stop bleeding on the table.
It's like, I'm not getting up for no reason. I am covered in
Excuse
blood.
me, sir. Would you like the blood or non-blood
Yeah.
money?
Yeah, just kind of going on there about how you get cold, and when I woke up, it was
Oh
negative
my
18
gosh.
degrees Celsius.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah,
Is that
and,
is
the
that
coldest-
American temperature
He said
or
Celsius.
Canadian
No.
temperature?
Canadian.
We probably
said
should say
Celsius.
American
Oh,
or
okay.
world temperature.
It's not that. Although I have witnessed
Oh
negative
my
32,
gosh.
which is
Damn.
which would be about negative 22 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's how it's like in North Dakota.
Damn.
It like gets in the negative 30s and stuff. And I'm like, no, that's why my family left there and we came. My parents literally, they were like, okay, what are our warm options? They basically looked at all corners and like, okay, it's going to be Florida, California, or maybe Alabama if this one place worked out. And they're like, nah, California. So thank God for that. I was born in paradise.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm
Yeah.
used to the cold, so I was in a t-shirt.
That's
didn't
how it
bother me.
works. Yeah, it's crazy. You got-
Anyway, I need to
Okay.
head out. I'll be back.
They're like
Okay,
Mr. Freeze.
see ya.
See ya.
Well, yeah. They say the month you were born in, you are tolerant to that weather level.
No,
So-
no, you're not.
So with me being born in November, which is around autumn winter time, I can put up with colder temperatures more than what other people can. So during December, I was walking around in a jumper. Sometimes a t-shirt.
But we do live in Britain where it's shit weather and it doesn't
Yeah,
go that cold.
it's been pretty shit for the past couple of weeks. I will admit that.
Also, this theory, I've got to claim bullshit because I was born in June and I faint when it gets too hot. So I'm going to have to say no to that.
Technically, June. Wait, June.
It's hot. It's
Yeah.
hot. It's like the longest day in June. Actually, no, on my birthday, it's the longest day and it's hot. And,
See,
and,
I was
and
born,
a bit.
I was born in
I'd
August
stop right
and
now.
September, which is like the end of summer, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm geared toward. Summer-ish weather. It's kind of fall, yeah.
But it's also like the whole zodiac thing where it's like, oh, if you're born in a certain month, you have a certain personality. It's like, yeah, that's bullshit.
No, the stars
Like-
command.
being born at a certain time of day, it's
Yeah.
just like, no, fuck off.
Scorpios love fire. I love fire. I want to
my
burn
gosh.
shit.
I'm a Pisces, so I'm a water sign. But my favorite thing to do is
sounds
spin
kinda
fire
fishy.
poi.
Fire boy?
Fire poi. Fire poi is basically these ropes with wicks at the bottom that you dip into kerosene. You light them on fire and you spin them around.
That sounds like a weapon from
Oh,
World
I
War
love
II.
doing that as well. It's so fun.
It's like
Yes,
something you plug
it's
onto the
like-
end of a crossbow
yeah.
tank and
Fire
send into a Nazi-infested area.
Yeah,
I do that with LEDs too, because I know a lot of people they're really afraid of me doing that. I also use sparkler poi, which is metal, or it's rope strings, and at the end it's a piece of chain, and on the chain you attach steel wool, and you light the steel wool on fire, and they send out sparks flying for like
This is
30
literally
meters.
a medieval weapon. It's like a flail and
Yeah, I'm
fire
thinking that. It's like, we're
effect.
going to
This is
war or
something
something?
Napoleon took into freaking battle. Amazing.
Yeah.
it's also
Yeah.
called fire dance.
Yep, fire dancing.
Fire
It's
dance.
really
dancing.
pretty.
Yeah, it is
Until
really
you set
fun
the
at the
stage
same
on fire.
time because you get to fire around. It's like you get to be double hot at the same time.
Double hot.
We're
Wow.
getting into the double plus hot.
You
right now.
have to like wear minimal clothing when you do it, because if you don't wear minimal clothing, you will light yourself on fire.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm getting way too excited over this.
We're meant to be,
Fire
Oakheart.
burn,
Meant to
yay.
be.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
that is the reason. Actually, going back to the
Yeah.
beginning, why Britain started invading more of the world is like, nah, we gotta find better weather, man. Okay, let's try India. No, not India. And then they get to America, but then you land in
That
the
would actually be
Northeast,
great if
which
that
is
was the
basically
truth.
the same. So it's like, well, fuck. This is like there's no change.
That is actually a good point. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the British Empire was made just so it could.
Yeah, maybe
Find
like
warmer weather.
like you could
Apart from
imagine Queen
Canada.
Victoria sitting in the palace and being like, "Oh, we gotta go on vacation somewhere, go on holiday down south." And the French are hogging all the damn Mediterranean ports, and you got like the little rock of Gibraltar, but most of it is rock, and then a little bit of Gibraltar.
I mean,
I find your
from
British
the map,
accent
it does look
offensive.
like we were just
I
looking
find
for
your
warm weather.
British accent offensive.
Apart from Canada.
I told you it sounded racist.
Yeah, I know. Kelly, back me up on
You can't be
this.
racist again.
What?
No. Okay, so like, for the Everfree thing, so we went through the script yesterday, because I'm doing a skit with all of the
Aw,
Everfree
yeah.
people, and they use a term that I swear to God, it
Oh, here
sounds
we go. We're gonna get
racist.
banned.
Okay,
Mhm. Oh no.
so we're not gonna get banned.
Our video's going to be taken
One
down,
of their-
demonetized.
One of their characters is an orca pony, so she
Okay.
swims around,
Oh.
and she calls people who walks on land trotters.
Yes.
And I'm like, that makes sense, but the way she says it, it sounds so racist, because she's like, oh yeah, I'm always in the land, and or I'm always in the sea, and we never would talk, especially since you're a trotter, and it's like,
Oh.
that just
Where my
sounds so
trotters at?
racist.
You're not allowed to say that if
I'm
you're not a
half trotter.
trotter,
You don't
Sky.
know my
Oh god,
family.
only
You can't
trotters
say
are
that
allowed
if
to say
you're not
trotter.
trotter.
No, I've seen that OC. Actually, she is absolutely adorable. Oh, orca for other people,
Is
it's
she
killer
orca?
whales, and
Orca.
yeah, they are beautiful
Yeah.
creatures. But they're also deadly as
Yeah.
all heck. Like, you see a video of
Yeah.
orcas like screwing with a
Yeah.
shark, and you're like, oh my gosh. It's like they're the king of the ocean,
Yeah.
not the freaking sharks.
Isn't that why they're called
Exactly.
a killer
Yeah, and they're
whale?
like literally serial killers where they'll eat a shark's liver and then hold it above the water, and he reverse drowns in the air. It's insane the kind of stuff they can do. Like, they are very evil, and then you combine that with the
Orca
adorability of the OC, and I just love it. I love it so much.
We have an orca dash in the business chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it into the live stream chat, but
Orca
the link's
dash?
too big
What?
to me.
Okay, I gotta open this.
Um,
Oh,
copy
gross.
image.
That's not what I
Copy
was
image.
picturing. Their OC is
Oh,
much
I know.
bigger.
Ew, gross.
yeah, it's horrible.
Marina is very pretty.
Get rid of it. I'm banning it. Really, I'm banning you.
I don't blame you.
Oh yeah, dolphins. Dolphins are actually very, very mean creatures. Like, and for anyone that actually studies dolphins, they're very violent, and their procreation practice is quite violent. And here's a funny thing too. There's this kind of Amazon dolphin, like South America, and they're bright pink. They look like something out of a freaking cartoon, like or whatever. Bright pink, but they got these razor sharp teeth, and they screw with piranha. It's insane. The kind of things that survive out there in the oceans. Holy cow. That's why I love North America. The more dangerous animals in general are big, so you can avoid them. And then there's like that one little spot in the Mojave Desert where all the poison things are. You just gotta avoid that. Like the Cazadors. You gotta watch out for them freaking tarantula hawks, because they are very real and they are very painful if you get stung.
They are dicks. Absolute dicks. Oh, tarantula hawks, yeah. Oh god, yeah. Apparently they're like one of the top 5 stings or something.
Yeah, on the Schmidt Pain Index. Yeah, I got to see one. I didn't get stung.
Yeah,
but yeah. We did a Vegas a friend who I brought him into the Fallout cult. This was before Pony, just Fallout in general. And oh man, that was a fun trip.
Dude, we should go to Vegas.
That'd be freaking awesome.
Sky,
let's go to Vegas. Vegas.
There'd be so many audio dramas being written.
Everything is good in Vegas as far as like the food, especially. The freaking Planet Hollywood Casino has this because they all have a buffet, and the buffet in the Planet Hollywood is called the Spice Market. Fudge, that is delicious. Everything there is good, and it's got like a whole like country cornucopia of goodness.
Yeah,
it's so pretty too. It looks like they built a whole outdoor market inside of it. I have a shit ton of points that I need to use.
Through like the total reward system? I had a few of those at one point.
Yeah. I have over 50,000. No, 60,000.
Holy cow, that's quite a bit. We should
when
all
are we
go
going
to
to Vegas?
And you need 1,000 to get 25% off a room at the Luxor. I have over 60,000.
Why isn't there a Brony convention at Vegas? Because that would just be...
Do you really
that
not
would
know
fuck
that
things
story?
up. That would be so cool.
And it got canceled.
Oh man,
No,
should we tell
what?
the Unicorn story?
Yes, we
Would
should
you
tell
like
them
to
the
start?
Unicorn
Yes,
story.
Go for it. I don't know.
So, basically what happened at Unicon was a big clusterfuck. You know, all good stories start with what had happened was. So, what had happened was, basically, it started when Unicon was making all of these promises, and the VAs were worried that they weren't able to keep those promises. Okay. So, the VAs were taking money out of the till.
Right. Oh, God.
Not only were the VAs taking money out of the till, but everybody else was taking money out of the till.
Oh, no.
So it got to the point where they're like, okay, it's time to pay our VAs. Where's all of our money?
Oh, God.
And then the hotel accidentally double booked a bunch of people for the room, charging them more than what they should.
Oh, no.
And so it left a lot of people, stranded. And they couldn't get home because they didn't have the money to get home.
Oh, no.
So, this wasn't Unicon. This was Las Pegasus.
No, it was Las Pegasus Unicon.
Right, okay.
Oh, I didn't know Unicon was the end. So they started, it was a few people, some of the VAs who weren't skimming money off the till. I'm not saying who was and who wasn't. If you know the story, you know exactly who it was. And they started a hashtag on Twitter, hashtag LostPegAssist.
Okay.
So that they could try to raise money to get people home. Because they left hundreds of people stranded in Vegas.
Which is not necessarily bad, but when you don't have money in Vegas, you can't.
No.
So.
Yeah.
And so
that's
basically,
true.
everything
So
about
they-
DashCon, that controversy like a year or two ago, that was exactly what happened
Yeah.
at Las Pegasus
It's,
Unicon or whatever. It was just a horrible
God.
mess, and like, yeah, all the like show VAs like Nicole Oliver and stuff like didn't get picked up from the airport, and so she had to like she didn't know what to do, and so she got a taxi, and like all this horrible stuff. And Tara Strong was so upset about it, she basically stepped away from the fandom in general for like a year. She didn't do anything all of 2013 because of it.
Oh God.
And there was a lot of things floating around about like really bad rumors, like Las Pegasus. I believe that's where the Black Griffin Michelle Krieber rumor started.
Oh, about
The
the
what?
yeah.
About them having an inappropriate relationship.
Oh right, yeah.
So that started, and then a lot of people Mando saying that he was like saying dirty things to Michelle Krieber, and that's not true. Mando Pony's like a nice dude.
He writes good music.
He does write good music. I got the chance to meet him at Nightmare Nights.
You get to meet and make friends with everyone.
I got to meet him
do.
at
It's true.
BronyCon, but not make friends. But I got to talk for like 4 or 5 minutes. That was fun.
No,
Oh.
this is like I rarely fangirl anymore because I'm just used to meeting these people.
Brag about it.
But I went to the drunk panel.
Brag about
Huh?
it. Freaking celebrity privilege.
I know. Hashtag needle stitch privilege. Anyway,
That's freaking normal.
so I went to the drunk panel with Mummified and a few of my friends, and all of a sudden I hear, "You gotta catch me first!" Like I'm talking to Ashley Nichols, and I hear, "You gotta catch me first!" And then this guy starts running. I'm like, "What's going on?" And then Mums grabs him around the waist and
Holy
drops
cow.
him to the floor. And Mums is a big dude. Like, he's like 6'4". Like, he's a big dude.
He's a big
And
guy.
I'm just like, what the hell's going on? So I walk up to him and I'm like, "Babe, who the hell is this guy? Why'd you just tackle this guy?" And he's like, "Oh, this is Mando Pony." And I stop, I clasp my hands together, I go, "Needle Stitch, how are you?" And I hold my hand
You
up.
should have been like, "Get off of him! Do
Because
not
it took
hurt
a
his
second. I was
hand."
like, "Calm down." I was like, "Calm down, breathe, don't fangirl. My name is Needle Stitch, how are you?" "Sorry, my human tackled you."
Yeah. That is an awesome way to meet someone though, holy shit.
Right? As for Everfree Northwest stories,
I was gonna
have
say
a
too. I read
lot
that
of
night.
Everfree-
I've been to a few Everfrees. I could tell some stories.
There's one that sticks out to me a lot that I tell people. And Sky, you were actually nearby
Oh, really?
when this one happened. I was doing my line stuff, and this guy, you're supposed to have your badge
Mhm.
visible at all. Con rule for pretty much every convention I've ever been to. Chaotic babies. Anyway, there's this guy, and I'm just like, "Hey, you need to have your badge visible." And he goes, "Okay." I said, "Where's your badge?" "I have it on me." I said, "Well, okay, well, you need to have it visible." No. And so I take a deep breath, I walk away, and I go to I guess, supervisor. And I say, "Scorched, this is what's going on. What do I do?" And Scorched goes to the guy and is like, "Sir, you need to take your badge out." And Scorched is a big dude. He looks like a biker guy. He's got long hair. He's like really tall. I'd say like 6'4", 6'5",
Nice.
something like that. He's really tall. But he looks like he could kick your ass. And how does Needle know everyone? I know everybody. And so the guy pulls his badge out of his pants, like not out of his pocket, out of his pants. And Scorch looks at it, and I look at it, and I'm like, "That's not your badge."
Oh no! What did you pull out?
And he goes, "Yes, it is. That is my badge." And I'm like, "No, it's not. I issued this badge, and it went to an Asian kid, not a 20-year-old black dude."
Those okay.
Because I was issuing badges the first day, and I recognized that name because it was a really weird OC name. It was like Rainbow Thunderclap or something like that. I don't remember the exact name, but it was a really weird. And I remember giving it to like a 12-year-old Asian kid. A 12-year-old Asian kid looks nothing like a 20-year-old black dude.
Agreed.
So I'm like, "This isn't your badge." And the guy goes, "Yes, it is." I said, No, it's not. I issued this badge myself. And so
is it just like an Asian kid just in a room
Could
just
you
being
picture
beaten
him
up?
pulling the badge off of his
Gotcha.
and shoving it down his pants? Like,
Yeah.
well, you gonna grab it now?
Oh.
Well, no, but
Yeah, but you can have it, dude.
Scorched ends up
Ew.
taking his badge and escorting him to con ops to like deal with it. And one of my teammates, her name was Rock Rose. She's super sweet. She hands my friend Blake a $20 bill. Says, "Take her to dinner. She's earned it." And he takes me to dinner.
Oh.
I'm just like, I love
At least
you.
it was a good end to the story.
There was a good end to the story. As for the question of how I know Mummified is a good friend of mine. He's my human.
And there you go.
He's a good friend of mine. We hang out at conventions often. We road tripped from from Phoenix to Dallas.
That is a long
18-hour
road trip. Oh my
ride.
gosh.
Long road trip. So obviously he likes me because he dealt with me for 18 hours straight.
Yeah, holy shit.
Who
And
likes Needle?
yes,
What do they make?
I do typically know like everyone. If you put out a fandom name, chances are I know it.
At least my experience in Everfree, I could give a general positive statement, which is the people at the Hilton, SeaTac Airport, Hilton, where the Everfree at least was the 2 years I went, they are very nice people, and they treat the con goers with like normal human decency, at least, except for one guy who works at the Starbucks in the Hilton. He's a dick. Don't go to him. And everyone else in general is nice, like the con people and the other concessions, like food people. Like they 1 year they rolled out like a barbecue on I think the Saturday. That was really good. They were nice, just like, you know, normal people. Whereas you go to BronyCon and everyone in the convention center looks like they're just about to start a shooting spree and kill everyone within the convention center.
Oh my
because they have
God!
these death glares that are like, I hate my job, I hate my life, I'm surrounded by furries. And it's like, well, kind of, but it's like, you're also making a shit ton of money by all these people coming into the hellhole that is Baltimore and spending money that they really shouldn't spend there when they could go anywhere on the East Coast. And yeah, I just, that was a night and day comparison for my experiences between those two conventions. And then, yeah, for me, I had a lot of fun stories just from the group I went with there. It was an old project team for, it was called Last Stand of Harmony was the project. It was going to be sort of like a movie thing. Again, very great expectations. But, I mean, it was fun for the couple years I was there. I got a lot of experience doing, like, voice direction work, which I took into Stable Tech when, you know, that looked more realistic, ironically. But it was really fun, too, because at Last Stand of Harmony, I was the villain also. And it was a very, very cool villain character, and I have a lot of art for him still. And I want to put that voice to more use at some point. It was a very, very silly kind of voice, a little bit of a Joker and a little bit of a Discord. And, oh, it would have been so fun. just like the way they had put it together was so neat, and it was kind of one of those like old fashioned like fan fictions that was just like very true to the original like feel of the story. You know, this is season 1 and 2, and God, I miss those days. Those were all fun people. And you can hear on my channel, and actually recently on my Conventions and Classics album, I have a remastered version of Dusk's Lullaby, which was I was the singing voice of the King character, and that was his lullaby to basically a lost princess kind of character. And yeah, so anyway, we had a ton of fun with that group, and we there was one point where they had a lot of like connections to the staff. Most of them were staff members for Everfree Northwest, so I got to see a lot of behind the scenes kind of stuff. And at one point, this room we had at a nearby motel was just full of plushies, and I've got this picture of like a stack of rarity plushies, like. I mean, it was insane. Just a lot of screwy fun times like that were had. So I treasure it. Those were good memories. BronyCon, or Brony, my first Brony convention, not BronyCon.
So your first Brony
exactly.
con.
But not BronyCon.
But not BronyCon.
I'm trying to think. Were there any like sillier or like more like dramatic
we
stories?
Need the drama.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys about the guy who wanted to touch my tail?
You did on the podcast, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've heard all your creepy guy stories now during recording
You know he would have said tail, and then
Have
it would
you
have
heard
just turned to
mine?
ass pretty quickly. You got to be careful with that.
Did you have an actual tail for your?
It was really funny because
thing, though?
he's like, "I want to touch your tail" right in front of Dusty Cat, and Dusty Cat was like, "You want to do what?"
Is tail an innuendo or part of the thing that you had?
So I don't. To be honest, I'm not sure which one he meant. Because I actually I sewed this really pretty rarity tail, and it's got the big curl in it and everything, and it's and I love it. So I'm not sure if you wanted to actually touch the rarity tail or my butt.
I'd probably say
Either
the
way you
actual
say
tail.
no, because it's like if they do want to get that handsy with a cosplay, if even in the most innocent mode, they could break it. And it's like, I feel bad, but it's like that. I've seen that on multiple occasions also. Oh, I could tell one bit of drama where I was the cause of the drama at the Everfree, where it was the second Everfree where I did the Stable Tech big presentation there pretty much by myself, but
Jingle jangle.
No, it was Everfree, and freaking panel I went to, I forget what panel it was, or maybe it was just a guy was handing out freaking kazoos, and me being the kind of person I am, I was on the high of the convention, so I took one of them kazoos, I took like 3, and boy howdy was I playing it the entire afternoon of the Saturday. So every place I went in the halls, I was humming one of the show songs or like one of the Fallouty songs, and I almost lost my voice.
I remember that.
I was going to town. It was a great time, but I could see so many people getting frustrated around me. There was another time too. I met the very first one. I bumped into freaking Acoustic Brony, those two guys, and I didn't recognize them at first, and it was just a not to be insulting, but one of them was shorter than I expected, and so I kind of like looked over him, and it didn't register in my mind, and then I saw the other guy, the taller guy, Ed, and I was like, wait a second, and then out of like habit, I start humming what did I sing? It was the Scootaloo song, the I'll Fly Higher, that they did with Mando Pony, and they both turn around and I'm like, ah! So that was a lot of fun.
Colorful rainbows catch my eye.
Yeah,
I love that song.
Yeah, I can't. I would be singing it now. It's been a while since I listened to all that. Usually, right before a convention, like now, getting into this time frame, I start going through all of my old nostalgic convention songs, or fandom songs, not my songs, but like the fandom songs of like that I remember from those times, and I'll be listening to all those again. And yeah, those good times. Classic Brony-dom. Like that first BronyCon album.
Oh, guys, GrabsCon is coming up.
I'm sorry. It's
when is it?
A month from now. It's the 13th and through 15th.
Wow, shit.
Damn.
That's quick.
It's the 14th through 16th.
Either way, I took off work on the Friday.
Because I'm leaving the 13th and coming back the 17th.
So I'll be there freaking early in the morning, and then I'll get my panelist badge, which could be great because then you can skip the majority of the line, because usually they have the panelist badges in like a separate room. And holy hell, that Friday morning line is always crazy. Like sometimes I'd have fun because I'm wearing like, my Fallout shirt. So you're talking to those guys and being like, by the way, do you know who I am? And they're like, no. And then I move on in shame. And but it is fun talking Fallout with them. So it's a good time.
Yeah.
If you're probably gonna get there before me, obviously. I'm gonna be there at about 3. Could you grab my badge for me?
Sure.
Oh, you're going there on Friday? No, I'm gonna be there Thursday.
I work Thursday. I could drive up for the Thursday night, but it's like, unless, if we were doing more than just getting badges, like if you want to grab dinner or something, we could do that. That'd be fun.
I would love to grab dinner.
Night, then.
I'd love to.
It's not too bad for me. It's just a short drive up the freeway, but I'm like, I didn't want to make the effort if no one was going to be there just to get my badge. But
yeah, no, I'll be there
okay,
Thursday
well, then
at 3:30.
We'll do some good stuff. I'll go after work. Alrighty. Yeah, so obviously you guys will probably hear me wherever I'm going, because you'll hear me wherever I'm going, and then you'll probably recognize me.
Vermont's not here.
I know.
Somebody's asking about his cutie mark, and I can't answer
spider
that.
thing on his butt. Oh, that's him. His logo. Whenever you look at it, you got to start singing the Witch Doctor song.
I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. But then the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said,
I gotta do a parody of that. I love that song.
Oh, so I was actually talking to my friend Selfie about doing a parody of You're Welcome from Moana. And it's a derpy version is, what can I say except I'm sorry.
At Roy Mustang in the chat, if someone brings kazoos, I will do a little kazoo ditty on the panel. I'm not sure if I could actually track one down by then. Don't. And then, of course, don't poison it or something, please.
I really want to see Jingle Jangle be done.
See, I tried that at the con, but no one was getting into it. I was like doing the clapping.
Everyone started clapping quicker. They thought they were going to do it like and
so
build up,
bad
because
I was trying to keep the pace, and I'm like, come on, guys, I just want to sing the song.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Someone's asked what is a kazoo.
Okay, nobody tell him. Just link him.
No. Oh yeah, the Kazoo Kid Trap remix. That's it.
Kazoo Kid video.
Bring it up on the stream. Give us a 5-minute break, and you just play the kazoo thingy.
Well, we specifically have a bot here that we can play music down the stream.
There is a way I could do that through OBS, but I don't really know how to do it yet. I haven't practiced with that. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm kind of retarded.
Hold on. Let me pull it up real quick.
Search what if you were searching on YouTube?
No, I just dropped the link. Grab that link right there. Freaking Kazoo Kid Trap Remix. That's the kazoo, motherfucker.
Damn.
Motherfucker.
Oh no.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I mean, as soon as you see the golden Mac 10s, you know it's the kazoo.
This is fire. Damn.
I like to sing, dance.
Yeah.
I forget the rest of it.
And I like to have fun. And then it just repeats fun, and it's like,
Can we
Not
play more
you.
Kazoo?
And then it goes, fuck you.
That is the greatest video of 2016, in my opinion. Best of the internet.
Oh God, I love that
Oh,
video
man.
so much.
Can you open the convention?
Oh,
panel with this?
absolutely. Well, we'll just do a Fallout remix of the Kazoo. I would play on the Kazoo the trap, like the trap lead, like that would be awesome. Freaking. You know, I might open it up with Orange Colored Sky instead, because that's a song I could never find an instrumental for, and that's probably my favorite song from New Vegas. Out of an orange colored purple stripe, blue green polka dot sky, flash, bash, alakazam, and goodbye. I love that song.
I got a karaoke version.
It was the wrong instrumental. There's another song called Orange Colored Sky, which is different. And it frustrates me to no end, because that's the one that all the instrumentals exist for. And I'm like, no, I want the Nat King Cole. And they're like, the internet shrugs its shoulders, and then I kill myself.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh,
I can play it down the entire stream.
Let's go over here. Just you and me. I just want to say.
Dear God.
My fan's muted.
That is horrific.
Anyone wants any other
my
songs, we can
gosh.
have it. We can have music down the stream.
Oh, so wait.
I saw
hold
someone
on.
in the chat, Kick in the Head featuring Kazoo. Well, I could do my parody version of Ain't That a Buck to the Head, and then someone could do Kazoo in the with the jazz parts. I still, that was one of my biggest hits as far as like Fallout ties or Fallout Equestria turn Fallout songs, so I have a special affinity for that. And it kicked off the original Confessions, which is magic. Yay. Blue Moon was my second favorite song from New Vegas. I do love Blue Moon. Oh God, James is Calais. In
There'll be no wedding bells for today.
Today, I got the spurs that jingle, jingle,
Jingle jangle.
Ride merrily along.
They say, oh, ain't you glad you're
Oh,
single?
ain't you glad you're single?
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
very far from wrong.
Oh, Lily Bell,
Oh, Lily Bell,
oh, Lily Bell,
oh, Lily Bell. Though I may have done some fun,
I
and
never
this is why I never fell.
spurs that jingle, 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 go
Jingle,
riding
jangle.
Riding
merrily
merrily along.
And they say, oh, ain't you glad you're
Oh,
single?
ain't you glad you're single?
And that song
Jingle,
ain't
jangle.
so
That
very
song
far
ain't
from
so
wrong.
very far from
Now we're
wrong.
on phone.
Kazoo, kazoo, kazoo. See, the best part of this
So
song
should
in
you.
New Vegas is when you're starting out and you kick that on and you're heading south and doing all the good witch stuff. That's the best part. Oh man. Oh God.
Bam, next
Oh
one.
God, no.
We can switch to... Yes.
All I see are zombies, be
I won't
careful.
fuck
Wait for them to pass before you go. Please don't make any sudden sounds. They're feral, these ghouls that are around. Watch them for the madness that they show. Growling neath the horror
Oh,
of
what
their
the person needs to
glow.
vote to skip. Damn.
Please don't make any sudden moves.
So as you can tell, the lead of our music team has taken control of the podcast, turned it into a jukebox.
Welcome to my room of nightmares, all the nightmares haunting me inside my head, all the trotting dead, nothing but the shadows of the family that I would keep so near to me. But now I see, you won't feel them sitting down cozy next to you. You won't hear their voices talking back to you. You won't feel their love returning back to you. Though it makes me sad, they were all I had. Watch them for the madness that they show, growling neath the horror of their glow. Please don't make any sudden moves. These pharaohs sure aren't like Ditsy do.
If someone's you want to pause?
We don't need
we'll see
any
if we can
outsiders
pause.
here with
Apparently,
us.
you can't
Having
pause.
them here would only make you cause a fuss. Just as long.
That's as good as we get. For some reason, it doesn't
I like how
listen
you were
to us.
trying to
We
then
don't
play
control the
Verismo. I was like, why didn't you do that at the beginning? Start with your own songs.
I know it's the best.
Yeah, he
the
wanted
best
to
thing.
build
Oh, and by the way, someone actually disliked Verismo. Someone disliked Verismo, and I was really happy with that.
Oh, that was me.
Someone has finally.
Just kidding.
Really?
Just kidding.
No.
So,
No,
hey,
I'm really happy with that person.
since we can play music, why don't we have a DJ Pony like music
damn.
hour?
Oh damn.
Oh yeah, we could do that where we do
Not
actual
next
live like transitions. Welcome everyone into the what's the name of the thing? 10 Pony Studios, DJ Pony Studios. We have with us. So
And it could be kind of like confessions, except we actually talk as our OCs,
oh, that could
and
be
we can
fun.
just
We could actually plan for that. Of like, we have the little interstitials, and then the songs that fit between them, and like little mini bits. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that vinyl.
I had something like that as a logo for my music for a while.
I need to get a pillow that looks like
A Daikamura pillow, or whatever it's called.
Hello, can you hear me?
a music note.
You can hear me. Yeah. Do you remember when custom icons used to be a thing for desktops?
Yeah, I did that for a little bit with pony stuff.
These are pony
yeah, I
icons.
had a vinyl scratch Zoom
that
back when I had
found.
my
Oh.
Zoom going. Hells yeah.
Oh my god, I need this shit now. Oh yeah, I remember someone actually doing this right. Okay, I need Logic Pro.
I might have one of those.
What do you type in to get
my old
this?
folders sometime.
Logic
Live
Pro
play, yo.
10 icon.
For those who have Steam,
Yes.
here you go.
Steam
have a
pony.
Steam Pony
With the
with a shotgun.
Hell
Yep,
yeah.
Steam Pony with a shotgun.
Yeah, the ICO files or just plain old PNGs, they're all out there.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know.
That's
To
pretty sweet.
our people in the chat, what do you think about a music interview type thing like
could totally do that.
confessions?
I could freaking live we could do improv too. Hell, without planning it. That's freaking fun.
That'd actually be quite. Oh yeah, we could actually make our own radio station on YouTube.
That's part of that. I mean, that was part of my
Live
grand
from
plan
10
was
Pony
to make
Tower.
a Pip-Buck worthy library of songs, at least on my channel, that people could program in. Like, if anyone has ever done, because I don't know, but I get these comments sometime. If you know of any Fallout 4 console mods that they modded any of my songs into the game, please send me the mod. I will do it and record myself playing the game, and I'll do a DJ Pony plays whatever. That would be sweet. I want to see that.
I wanted to do something like that with Ditsy.
Exactly.
Plays Fallout.
We could do some fun stuff like what Techki did with the King of the Hill thing. Okay, so I'm controlling some kind of robot character or something. What the hell is wrong? They're walking on two legs? What are these apes or cars that are cut in half?
No, there is a pony mod that turns them all into.
Oh god,
anthropomorphic.
it's even worse. What the hell happened to them?
Have you not seen it? It's so creepy. It's so creepy. you have not seen this stuff, you need to see
Someone's saying improv is very difficult. Stick to what you know.
it. Damn.
We
Burn.
enjoy
Shots
trying
fired
bunches
right
of
there.
new things.
He got
And
you there.
that is what I would say is a testament to my online career, is that I try lots of different stuff in the musics or whatever. At least try it, and if it doesn't work out, then I abandon it. But it's like, if you don't try, you never know. Like a long time ago, this is something nobody's ever heard of, but very early on in my channel, I did a test for a radio series kind of thing. It was like a Brony. Oh my god, those are horrible.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Yeah,
Dear
it's
God.
horrible.
Skyrim.
What is she
I don't know what these
wearing?
creatures are, but
Don't
they
know.
all need a little bit more or
To
less
die.
balefire. Maybe some
Be
tang.
burned.
Just melt them and then start fresh.
Who's that?
Oh my god, there's body pillows in Fallout 4.
Wait,
Oh
pillows? What?
god.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
put
god, I'll get it,
the
I'll
big
get it.
the body
Right.
pillows. Oh my god.
Textures. Yeah, they textured it up.
I need a
Oh
body
my
pillow.
gosh.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
I
no,
needed
At least they
everything.
chose one of the best.
That isn't bad.
It's not as bad. No, I'll
artist
give you
too.
that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
it's-
decent. It's just the
tasteful.
anthropomorphic little bit of blackjack. I can't handle that.
I know that artist.
Yeah.
Well, she's always.
We don't
the
normally wear
horse.
clothes.
That's true. They are all naked.
Darling. But you're the only Earth pony who always
That's true.
wears
She
a
actually wears
hat.
more clothes than most of them. That's because she's the wholesome farmer.
Hey,
family
hey,
type.
Big Mac wears a yurt or a yoke.
Yup.
Big Mac wears a
yup.
yoke.
Okay, this wonderful live stream podcast is totally derailed. What does anyone else want us to talk about or do or whatever? We are marionettes at your will.
We got your puppet.
We'll strip if
I'm
you
already
want us
naked.
to.
No.
Kelly will strip if you want him to. Nobody else
Damn it,
will.
Skybolt.
Hello there.
Hey, Verismo's on. Hey.
Did you skip my song, you butt?
Skipped.
I know, I got skipped.
Anthromod ?
Oh, I just muted it.
No.
Try it. Yes, try it. Okay.
Oh,
Try it.
have Pinkie Pie with a lightsaber.
Oh, the lightsaber mods in Fallout 4 are great. We could talk about Fallout 4 mods in general, because I have been going through a Fallout 4 modded playthrough the last couple of months. Holy hell, that is fun. I never done that before because I'm console peasant these days, but damn!
We have a question.
Okay.
We have two questions. First question is careers
East Corp.
outside of East Corp. Second question is what is everybody's favorite?
Oh.
So let's start with careers outside of East Corp.
Like what we do, like our day jobs?
Yeah, I
And
guess.
actually, Skybolt, you need to elaborate more than just engineer. 'cause we
Oh
have no
well,
clue what
right
you
now
do.
I'm not. Right now I'm in like a shitty, like kind of engineering job, but not really. With the VA, which is a horrible organization. That is what happens when Americans try to do government-controlled healthcare, which is it sucks freaking balls. And yeah, it's just a cancerous organization that kills our veterans. Or what is it? It's a great quote about the VA is you have a second chance to die for your country. Yeah, so basically I'm just trying to get out of that right now and never come back.
Fair enough.
My last really super awesome job was working for the United States Navy, and I worked at the Norfolk Naval Shipyard, which is one of the very few yards that is authorized to work on nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, which was freaking awesome. And I was a mechanical engineer, and even though I didn't work on nuclear systems, because usually it was the nuclear engineers that did that, because that's like a specific kind of field, I got to work on a lot of ancillary systems and see things that no one else gets to see, which is so cool. And all of that has
Yeah, that's
trickled
pretty
into
cool.
my writing, as you all heard in the engineer, fourth confessions. So yeah, that was. I hope to have a job. Probably I'll never have a job as cool as that again. But I'm hoping to do some other very productive, like military engineering jobs down the road. Like maybe our U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, which builds like tons of shit for the country, and like they built the Panama Canal and stuff, and most of the California dams, and all the California dams suck right now. So I want to get a job in there so I can help rebuild them and the rest of the country going forward. And I'd be happy doing that as my career. And then when I retire, along with like the stuff I'm doing now, I always do more creative stuff. Like I want to go into full-on novel like writing, and like I have a ton of ideas, and now I'm getting lots of practice in the ponies, and so yeah, I'd love to do that. It's fun. Also, me and my friends want to do a ska band. Some friends of mine from college were like, because one of them has a trumpet, and he's like, dude, I was listening to this song the other day, and I'm like, yeah, man, I was too, actually. And then the third friend was like, dude, you want to start a ska band? So that's now in the plan. We're going to do a ska band at some point, and I can do.
I'll come to your shows.
We could do covers of like All My Friends Are Metalheads, which is one of the greatest ska songs out there, and freaking Impression That I Get, and like half of the Digimon movie album is good stuff. Anyway, continue, everyone else. I'd get that out.
I'm a debt collector.
Oh my gosh.
Are you?
She's the man.
I'm a debt collector. I mean,
she's the fuzz. Shit. The needle fuzz.
Do you have a TV show named after you, and you're in a TV show?
No, unfortunately not. But I call people and be like, "Hey, why haven't you paid your debt in over 5 months? You owe us like $4,000." There's this one. I can't give like specifics and everything, but I saw this one that would owe this over $7,000. And I'm just like, how do you get in that much debt? How do you do
without
that?
really thinking about it? That's usually how most debt works, is that you're not really fully aware of how much money you're spending until you like look at it on paper and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
It is a problem.
But yeah, I get to talk to people for a living, so they get to hear my
Needle gently caresses people out of making worse decisions from the bad decision they've already made in their life.
Yeah,
it's actually kind of nice because working as a debt collector here, I've learned a lot of negotiation. So I'm really good at getting people to do what I want without them realizing that that's what they're doing.
See, now I'm just picturing like we got to do like some kind of mafia thing for you. Like, hey, so I see that you need a little bit more insurance on your bank account here. It's kind of a dangerous times we're living in, and you seem like you're a little bit behind on the Benjamins. Maybe you work with me and I work with you, and we figure something out.
I was joking with one of my coworkers, and I'm like, yeah, I gently can people to pay their debts, and by gently I mean I bust their kneecaps. And she's like,
so
what?
We're not making a pony version of Godfather.
There was somebody was actually supposed to do that. I had somebody who was supposed to be making needle stitch as a mobster.
I have a few song ideas I've been wanting to do ever since seeing that art that someone did. The one of her, it's the Chicago violin. That's a great one. No,
with
sorry,
needle
with
stitch?
Octavia, I was thinking.
I was sorry. Like, wait, what?
There's a few chains of thought I forgot to lay out there. That's fun. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really nice about it though. I'm gotten really good at convincing people that
of course you
they
gotta
should
be
listen
nice
to me.
until you can't be nice anymore. Then you can pull out the baseball bat and break their legs, because that's just what happens.
Yeah, Needle, how many people have you spoken to and be like, where have I heard your voice from? Do I know
if you bump into like a Brony in real life, that's a magic moment.
The nice thing is I don't have a derpy voice when I actually talk to people. So nobody really recognizes me. There was one person who, surprisingly enough, listens to East Corp stuff. And I was like, yeah, I do work with East Corp Productions. And they're like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm Ditzy Doo. And they're like, holy fuck.
They must not pay attention because you're the first credit on every video. It's like, what the hell? Who else would we put as the first credit? It's like, duh.
And a lot of people, they assume that I'm Jesse Nowak.
Yeah.
Because I sound like my.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I get that one a lot too. They're just like, where have I heard your voice? And I'm like, you probably
No, you know
haven't.
what you do with that is you get secondhand fame where you're like, well, I'm actually, I could be your Jesse Nowak for something you want to do because she's not the only, she's not the only horse in the field. This is more than a one pony show.
Yeah.
She's not the only mare in this paddock.
I knew that voice sounded familiar.
I was like, wait, what?
That's actually my other half, Sky.
That's why I'm confused. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Familiar?
Han, please reply.
Please reply.
Now we're all
think he's
freaking out.
just
Did anyone else
What's
want to
going
talk about
on?
their real careers? Or non-existent?
I am.
Oakart and Kelly, fight about universities. Which better, Cambridge or Oxford?
Portsmouth.
Okay, there you go.
No. Yeah. Wherever we live is the best one.
Oh,
But-
Sheffield shit.
Shoot.
Oxford.
Wolverhampton.
Boo.
In real life, when I'm not trying to voice an Australian,
Fantastic.
I attend college. I am a games development student.
Full Sail? Full Sail University?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
real
at a
university.
college, which is technically your high school. No, it's Doncaster
Okay,
College.
you don't have to go into details. I just scoot around.
Yeah, but like you'd probably be able to spell Doncaster.
Duncaster? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Like, yeah, I know some British terms. You got all the, some of the old Saxony and the Celtic terms. Like, what was I? I was watching a video about War of the Roses. This new YouTube channel that I really like, and I don't, Anyway, it's called what was it? Feature History, and it's this guy who I think he's Australian because he made an Emu Wars video, and it's just like simple sort of dynamic text, like little history explanations. And I was watching one about like War of the Roses and stuff, and that's super fun.
So, I do level 2 games development. And I'm also a assistant manager in a corner shop.
Nice.
No, it's
What kind
not.
of corner shop? Can you get in more
Oh,
detail?
assistant manager
Is it
sounds
like
fancy.
is it like a Tesco?
No, it literally is a corner shop.
A corner shop. I don't know what that is.
Now.
It's a shop on the corner.
Exactly.
It's like the cheap knockoff brand of Tesco, that kind of shop, where it's privately
Oh my
run by
gosh,
a
I've
family.
heard horror
That kind of
stories
thing.
about Tesco, like people's dogs being turned pink.
Oh
by
my
the
gosh.
Tesco
That was a joke.
No, it's not that bad. Britain isn't that bad.
That was actually a joke. The dude confirmed itself it was a joke. He dyed his dog
Nice.
pink.
Why would you dye your dog pink?
Cancer awareness.
Absolutely.
Cuteness. Oh, I was in cancer awareness. All right, fair enough.
Because it was actually posted on April
No, you
1st.
can easily get food coloring and just dye the hair. in
Never
animals.
noticed
That's
that.
fun.
Yeah, because it's non-harmful, toxic. Anyway, I work in a corner shop. As Nido says, it is literally a shop on a corner.
Every place is a corner shop place.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, what do you sell? What, like, I'm
And-
assuming I'm still assuming it's corn right now.
Wow.
Bread, milk.
Is it like a 7-Eleven?
Corn
Is it
Max.
like a I don't know, Rayleigh's?
Will you shut up and I'll tell you?
You tell me now. It's corn.
Okay. I deal with tobacco.
Oh, it's a liquor store. That's all you had to say. It's a liquor store.
I don't know what to. Yeah, I sell alcohol. I sell tobacco.
Sell a lot of booze.
I sell sweets,
Chocolates.
chocolate, pop.
European chocolate is
Shut
better
up.
than American chocolate.
It really
It doesn't
sorts of
have.
chocolate.
They have to put that chemical additive because our climate is generally warmer, and so like anytime then you break into like a freaking like anything from overseas, it is better than chocolate. Which is ironic because chocolate comes from the Americas.
Kinder eggs. I want Kinder eggs
We
so
sell
bad.
Kinder eggs.
I miss them.
Yeah, from Germany.
So much.
Germany
We still
does
sell
chocolate
Kinder
right,
eggs.
man. Everything in Germany's freaking chocolate. That's like Hansel and Gretel. The whole story. One of the most famous nursery rhymes is about a house made of candy.
We can't have Kinder eggs in America because they're banned. Americans are fucking stupid.
The
They
FDA is stupid.
swallow the toy.
My other half is asking what our ship name is. I can't remember.
Neoheart?
I think it's Stitched Heart. Heart.
Yeah,
Stitched
something
Heart.
like that.
Hun, just come up with something and then just let us know. I'm leaving that judgment in your hands. Oh.
So what
yeah.
what is like what level of games like what are your classes right now in college of game design?
Well, I put together a really flawless game idea for my first project, just for like the assignments and stuff. And it's basically a zombie apocalypse game, but it isn't a zombie apocalypse game.
Nice.
Then I've still got all the files and everything for it. It's called Living Souls.
Ooh.
Do you want me to give you a quick rundown of it?
Bog pill?
Go on
Yes,
then,
go
yeah.
for it.
No.
Quick rundown.
Okay. The year is 2026, and a Advanced Medical Sciences Institute Research Centre has completely cured the common cold and virus. So that's
Oh, good on them.
completely wiped out. So they decided to tackle something more complex.
Death.
No.
Oh.
Around that time, a new cancer had been formed
Okay.
from overuse of adrenaline enhancement drugs from steroids. Yes, from steroids to street drugs such as heroin and speed. And
I thought heroin was speed.
I think they're different somehow. I don't know.
they are some.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're all protecting ourselves here.
And basically, it's a self-confusing virus, which is sort of a cross between a virus and a bacteria. I made something up for that.
Nice.
And basically, once you've got it, there's little chance of you recovering from it. And over time, it shuts the heart down and basically eats away at the heart. And
Nice.
it basically turned into a virus which spread throughout the world. And you are one of the doctors. In fact, you are the head scientist that caused the problem in the first place.
Boo,
That's my
commit suicide.
twist. That is my twist in my game.
Nice.
Now it's spoiled.
That's a good twist.
Not
Hashtag
really.
spoilers.
No.
And I think that's my friend that's popped up in the chat. Hi, Hunter. And basically, I'm in my final major project, which is my
Final
FMK. And I'm dealing with children because I've got to do an educational game. So I've gone from blood, guts, gore, and zombies to kids.
I wish I could have taken a games design course here. There's none around where I'm live.
Yeah.
Maybe you should live someplace cooler.
Yeah.
I'm in the Midlands. There's no place cool here.
Yeah, that's true. Come to Portsmouth.
I wish.
Oakheart confirmed second coming of Sean.
I gotta say, well, one of the best zombie, zombie sort of ish zombie is a pretty wide definition at this point. One of the best zombie movies out there is a British zombie thing, which is the 28 Days and Weeks Later movies. I want a third one so damn bad, and I'm gonna. Yes,
28 months?
I've been waiting so long for it because the ending of 28 Weeks was such a great like drop off. It's like you've got a British zombie movie, and then as soon as they get off the island, what do they invade? Paris. It makes so much sense. Even undead, they want to take out the French first. I love it. Oh God, those were great movies. Great soundtrack, the theme song, the atmosphere, the rage virus. The whole setup is clever, and God, I love those movies. Freaking Frank Darabont.
I am the queen of twists.
If we're gonna talk about Shyamalan real quick,
twist.
I have a love-hate relationship with Shyamalan. Love-hate relationship. I actually really like oh God, The Happening. I really like that movie. I don't like how it was executed. I think it's a really good plot line. They could do some really cool things with it, but it still doesn't make any sense. It's something that needs a lot
better nuance than Shyamalan's capable of delivering.
Because it was like, okay, plants are capable of doing this. They are capable. I mean, look at cordyceps. It's a mold. If you've played The Last of Us, you know what cordyceps is. It's a mold that invades the brain and causes the host to commit suicide. And the death of the host causes the cordyceps to release more spores to infect more hosts, and they commit suicide. So it is feasible. Everything that Shyamalan put up was feasible. But the way he executed it was wrong. So I like Shyamalan, but if he could execute his shit better, it would be awesome. If he could not touch Avatar: The Last Airbender, I would be happy.
Non-consensual movie making. No, it's just with Avatar, you really just got to watch the original 3 and then ignore everything else. Ignore Korra, ignore the movie. That's the way to do it, in my opinion. Okay, a few other random questions. Sky, it is easy to get from France to the UK. Not if you're facing the Royal Navy. That was always a problem when it came to getting to the British mainland. Same needle. I'm back. Last of Us was a great game. Absolutely.
I love that game.
See, a twist is just a way of saying, like, a surprise, revelation at the end of a story. A lot of stories have twists. It's just the term became much more like of a flashpoint because of the nature of the internet now, where it's like you see a twist online and then it ruins a movie for you, or there's a twist coming, so you're always looking for it. But it's like after the Darth Vader, Luke, I am your father thing, it's like it's sort of the culture we have to deal with now. Yes, a Samurai Jack episode. I've been wanting to talk about that too.
Nope.
You guys need to watch the new episode of Samurai Jack because it was so good, and I'm so happy to see it back on the air. Literally half the episode is him basically responding to fans being like, "You've forgotten your purpose." So it was so perfect.
I haven't seen it yet. Such a face.
Go watch it.
Not to intrude, but my other half, my lovely, has sent me the sketch of the image.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's just the right amount of not quite tasteful and not quite.
Oh, dear.
It's tastefully nude.
Yeah.
He can work in a few more details.
I like the bedroom eyes because everybody fucking draws needle stitch with bedroom eyes.
It's a sketch. It'll look amazing.
I like that.
Oh, it's gonna look like quality too.
How many people at East Corp have fully read FOE? I have. Well, not read, but I listened through the original on the Craze Rambling audiobook, which is pretty good. Anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, imagine like most of us have read all of it. I mean, I've read all of it.
Can we not talk about child abuse though?
Wait, what?
Like, not. Thank you. Somebody put child abuse though, and I'm like, let's not.
Yeah,
that.
that was random.
Yeah, it's probably talking about.
I can respond to the core thing. Some of core is fine. It's just the general layout of core was very disjointed. Like every season, you can tell they're like, "Oh God, we got approved for another season. Okay, come up with some new shit." Like I really like the setting. The setup is very clever. Of after Aang dies, and then of course it's the new Avatar and the new person in the cycle, and she's very different from Aang, which is great. And I like the Republic City, and I do actually really love the sort of the time frame thing they were going for, like the steampunk Roaring 20s plus Avatar. I thought that was all really clever. It's just some of the execution was not right. Like Mako was like a dead fish. He did not have enough personality to be a main character. Asami, I felt bad for her most of it. She seemed like she was kind of along for the ride and then just got roped into it because of her dad. And then Bolin was a Flanderization of Sokka, where basically Sokka did have complexity, and then Bolin was just Sokka's zaniness and jokes taken to a ridiculous extreme that just didn't sell me on him as a character. And I don't know. I had a lot of problems with the actual characters, but actually the world itself was all right. And the first season, what's his name? Steve Bloom. Steve Bloom was great. I keep wanting to say Aku. I've still got Samurai Jack in my brain. Anyway, so yeah, some stuff was good, but in general, it didn't have that overall like saga feel that the original was so well structured around. The full quest of them going to the north and him becoming the Avatar and the imposing threat of Sozin's Comet and the Fire Lord. That was all just like way better thought out than any of Korra was. So in general, it's all right. It is worth watching at least once, but rewatching, never. Not for me, anyway. So, anyway, that's my soapbox. We could go back. Anyone else want to cover real-life careers with what they do in IRL?
Nope.
Kelly, what are you going to college for? What's your thingy?
Right, so at college, I'm doing sub-diploma of music performance and an extended diploma of music tech. Then after that in uni I'll be doing a bachelor's in music sound and technology. So I'm doing full bloody music, like there was anything else.
I had a girlfriend in high school. She went into audio engineering, and obviously a little bit specifically technical, but she got a great job in Memphis in their music scene.
I love how I'm the only one that's studying something at college that isn't anything related to what I do in the studio.
Did, but
Oh, when I go to college, I'm not gonna be studying anything that has to do with the studio either. I'm going to be going.
I bring my engineering into the writing, but in the broadest terms, it's totally different.
Yeah,
that's great. Music production or not production, but continue.
Basically, all the techie stuff as well as a little bit of composition and stuff. But that's pretty much me. Squall Swift. We need to hear yours now.
Squall.
Oh well, I'm just a student at the moment. I do a level 5 computing course.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gave up after doing BTech.
Yeah, it's the BTech level 5 one, and it's
If only.
Yeah, it just spreads across software and hardware and networking as well. So I'm doing all of it under one umbrella, which is why I'm not around very often. I'm not around very often on here because I just have so much to do.
Is that like very specifically like software stuff?
No, everything. Software, hardware,
you
networking.
learn how to write your own name in binary code.
Oh,
I had to ask.
I still have the charts.
I had to ask because one of my best friends from college, he's a computer engineer, which is like a little bit half software, half hardware. So he was learning like C++ and stuff, which is neat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How much longer are we gonna
Yeah, I don't know.
go on with this?
What should we wrap? Anyone have any final topics they want to cover, or anyone in the chat have any last things you want to ask us?
Oh, well, I'm
Me
starving,
too.
so I was about to go anyway. So.
Yeah, I gotta finish recording because I have so much
we
I gotta
up in
do.
a good place, 2.5 hour mark.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. Glad
Yeah,
we got
it's
everyone
pretty
here.
good.
You will never be as long as the engineer episode.
We'll never beat that, don't worry. Well, except maybe the next one.
Oh, how's your day?
I just give you a death glare. My episode will be victorious. Also, it's hit a stupid amount of views on the Stable Tech channel, which needs to be transferred to our channel.
They'll find it eventually. And all the downloads are great. It is the most downloaded of them, which that has not been beaten yet.
Sky, I did message you on Skype about the
Yes, you
question
reminded
that I
me
had
of that.
you didn't.
I have to check. I actually don't know. If you could resend it, and maybe for safety,
Okay,
just because I haven't heard the latest version.
Wait,
Or,
what are you talking about?
Whatever you last sent.
No, from the person, not from me.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't. So that's yeah.
Good.
Yes, engineer episode was amazing in my unbiased opinion. So and yeah, she did such a great job.
Yep.
Okart did.
We love you, Okart.
Yay! I'm loved. Love you too, Needle. And love you too, hun.
You had to put that in there so he didn't
Any
feel
thoughts
left out.
on the Overmare Studios
Yes.
Fallout Equestria game? I'm looking forward to playing more of it. That'd be great. Totally.
I want them to bloody hire me.
Oh, that reminds me. I have been given a copy of Pony Finder.
Ooh, what's that?
Ooh.
Pony Finder's like Pathfinder, but with pony.
Oh.
Yes, it's the pony version of D&D,
Nice.
basically.
Yeah. So if you guys ever want to play Pony Finder, I have a
Yeah, I totally want to.
sweet.
Okie dokie.
We should do a thing once a month where we all play.
Yeah, no,
Pony
I'd be
Finder.
willing to give that a shot. I'd suck at it, so you guys could have fun beating me at it.
There's not really any beating. It's just you work together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work together.
Unless the DM's an arsehole and then he just kills everyone with a kraken.
I'll be
Team
the
player
DM and
kill.
I'll kill everybody
Nice.
with a kraken.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Team
thank you
kill.
everyone for joining us. I think all of
Yeah.
our podcasts will be surprise live streams like this from now on, but depending on how this time works
Yeah,
out for
so
all
pretty
of
awesome.
us, maybe Saturday or Sundays will work out at a somewhat regular time. We'll see what happens.
It was a
It was-
surprise for me because I'm like, oh my
We'll-
god,
we'll
what's going
figure
on?
it out. It's gonna be fun. Whenever that pops up, you can always listen
Considering-
later once it renders.
Considering this did actually start out as the usual meeting, and then it was like, hey, I know, let's just do a podcast. And it's like,
It was a tie a mat, not a kraken.
I don't know
Okay,
what that is,
I'll do
but
that.
Yes. Tie a mat. Tie that mat. Okay, well then thank you, Wastelanders, for joining us for another episode of the Breakroom Podcast. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
And
Bye.